You know, they say cricket is a game of numbers. Let me give some numbers for you right now. 5, the number of wins that the Brussels Warriors and Antwerp have had in this competition. 4, the number of finals matches going on right now in Jersey. 3, the number of ECI women games going on in Corfu between Greece and the German women. 2, 2 night matches coming your way very shortly. And I'll give you just one last one. 1, the place to watch, just one place, and that is the European Cricket Network. I'm Phil G, and this is night 12 of the night series, and I can't wait to get started. Hello cricket fans, and welcome to the Stars Arena here in central Belgium. It is the continuation of this night series, Belgium. What a great night series it's been so far. How much enjoyment. And tonight, well, we've got a couple of games coming your way which will put a lot of decision into who plays on Sunday and who doesn't play on Sunday. It's going to be Antwerp taking on the Brussels Warriors, and a massive couple of games this is. Both teams and the standings in 3rd and 4th place on 19 points. Antwerp's run rate slightly inferior to Brussels Warriors, so a couple of wins over the other for one team tonight, that puts them into Sunday. That will book them a place into Sunday and potentially into the finals. Because tomorrow night, we've then got Hasselt playing 2 games against the Royal Brussels. Hasselt with a chance too, because they're sitting second on the place standings. I tell you what, it's still up in the air. That's the really cool thing about this night series. It's been, who knows what's going to happen. Any team can just come along and take the win. We've seen upsets. We've seen all sorts of things. One thing we haven't seen a golden ball yet. We saw one earlier today in Jersey. Good shout out there to Danny and Vinny for that one. I hope we get ours tonight. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Either way, it's going to be a fascinating night's cricket coming up under lights. And why don't we get started? So let's get across to Shub Bernard, tournament referee. He's got the captains. Shub, take it away.
Your call. Head is the call. And tail is it. We're gonna ball first. Brussels Warriors won the toss and we'll have a ball first.
And it's a big good afternoon to everybody watching from around the world. Welcome to the 12 Stars Arena. So there you have it. The toss has been done, and the Brussels Warriors have indeed decided they want to have a bowl first, and that's not a bad toss to win. Putting in Antwerp and see what sort of score they can come up with, and then chasing it a little bit later. It's a lovely day here too, by the way. We'll get to the weather in just a minute. I want to give you a quick recap on the 3 matches yesterday. Royal Brussels and Antwerp. Have a look at that second match there. That was the best run chase we've seen here in this night series, and probably for me my favourite game of this series so far. Could come close to being my favourite game of the year. That was a terrific one chase by Antwerp. They looked down and out. They looked bogged down, lost a few early wickets after that. Royal Brussels team put on a 156, a fantastic 58 there from Mamond. Unfortunately, they couldn't defend it, and the Antwerp team got the win in the last game that came up yesterday. It was Beveren against an undermanned, understrength 12 Stars Hofstadter, who only could put 8 people on the field, unfortunately. And, well, the scoreline was quite representative of the gulf between those two teams, considering that 12 Stars were short of players. And when you're going to put 8 people up against what was almost a completely full-strength Beveren team, that was always going to happen. Have a look at this. This is the story. We have got the Brussels Warriors and Antwerp, in 3rd and 4th on the ladder, as I mentioned in my intro, both sitting on 19 points. Note Hasselt there also on 19 points. They get their chance tomorrow night against Royal Brussels in 2 games to see if they can push themselves up. So the battle is on for 2nd and 3rd place in the standings and for a spot in Sunday action. And I'm not going to try to come up with any sort of, well, if that happens, then that's got to happen, because it's just a little too complicated. There's too many moving parts to this equation. So instead, we should just get down into the mud and get started. Have a look at the fantasy dashboard. There are a couple of ins and outs. Brussels Warriors, Ikram Hashimi comes back into the side, and so does Arakadullah Shahidi. And over on the Antwerp side, they've had a few changes as well. Shawazir Stanikzai comes in, Shurkan Shehzad, Hamidi Nasir, and Ilyas here. Good to see him back as well. A bit of a fan of Ilyas. I think he's a real good competitor, and they're going to be looking forward to him to help out the middle order with the bat. Supercomputer likes Brussels Warriors to the tune of 63% chance of getting the win here, only giving Antwerp 37%. Antwerp with 2 big wins yesterday, 2 very good wins yesterday, and they needed that, and they got it. And they were so riding that wave, and they're still riding the wave, still looking very happy, but they come up against a very focused and very successful Brussels Warriors team. They've had a really good run of it late. And just shout out to people in the chat. Hello, Krista Ward. Paul Kempen, hello to you. And I saw Monica jump in there as well. Hello, Monica. And Thomas Martinez. And yes, Thomas, I forgot to mention about Peacock Friday during my intro. So happy Peacock Friday, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. When I do my intro for the next match, I'll make sure to show off the shirt a little bit more. It's not a bad one. Let's back to the game. Just before we sort of get on the off, we're about to start in about a minute's time. So just very quickly before we start, just want to say Brussels Warriors, in the last 5 games, they've had win, loss, win, win, win. And for Antwerp, last 5 games have been win, win, loss, win, win. That's why these 2 teams are sitting on the standings equal on 19 points. And that's why this is going to be such an exciting 2 matches coming your way. Oh boy. Yeah, I feel I feel these games are going to be close. I don't think it's going to get blown out. They're very competitive. Antwerp coming off the back of 2 good wins yesterday. Brussels Warriors coming off the back of 3 good wins in a row of their last 3 matches. And it's going to be Haran to start proceedings, as he usually does. And here we go with the first ball of the match. And just watchful there from Wahidullah. Doesn't get drawn into a shot, just watches that ball go past as match 27 is off and running. Sort of feel it's all coming down to this. It's the pointy end of the contest now, and it's quite amazing how this has worked out in that we've got these 2 matches tonight, 2 matches tomorrow night, which will dictate who plays on Sunday. Gets an edge, and that's going to fly away for an absolute stock standard Baximo. What a lovely strike, or a bit of luck maybe in that as well. But he's got the thick edge, and that's flown away. Wahidullah Jabakel, who has lit up the stats in the last couple of days. He belted a fantastic 94 not out in the second match yesterday. Helped the Antwerp team to chase down the biggest score chase down in the series so far. Chase down 156 with 1 over to spare. And he himself just misses out on a ton. Deserved it. Absolutely deserved it. Unfortunately didn't get it. And that's why, because he can do things like that. So he's carrying on where he left off. That is damaging. It's a short ball. It sat up and it said, where do you want to put me? So halfway through the first 12 already on the board. Want to give a shout out again, just everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us. I know that Jersey final is coming your way very shortly. The Southern Spitfires take on the Central Commanders in the big final for that Jersey ECS. I'll be keeping one eye on that as well and try and give you a few updates as we go. I think that's starting in approximately 23 minutes time. And we've also just had the ECI women's competition going as well. So big congratulations to the Germany women winning that one 3-0 in a whitewash over the Greek women. Anyway, we're back to action here. Just remember that the Warriors, they won the toss, elected to field first, and they're very keen to put the pressure on Antwerp early and chase maybe a small target. Much better delivery, that one. Oh, good comeback. A couple of Maximos in a row, then comes back with a beauty. There is a breeze going across the ground, and it is favouring that kind of swing. It is going from right to left across the ground. And you see that a nice away movement there. It's a good delivery. Searching for an edge. Up in the air. Does somebody want that, or is it going to go out of the ground? Watching it fall. Oh, just. It's only just landed safely and gone over with that one bounce, 4 runs. Living dangerously, but I guess that's what you got to do in a T10. You need to put the foot down. You need to get going. A couple of players to watch out for the eagle-eyed viewers. I want to give them a shout out. So, obviously, Wahidullah Jabakel, he's someone to watch out for. 260 runs so far, that 94 not out yesterday for the Antwerp team. And for, well, I'll get to that in a moment. Hang on a sec. Because that one's gone straight up in the air. And where's that going to land? It's catching chance. Oh, it's spilled. Oh, that's going to be expensive. It's been grassed. The player there looking a little bit filthy with himself. Is that Pashai? I think it is. It was up up really high. And it's come down and too hot to handle. Almost bounced out of the hands and onto the knee, so he's almost got it. Unfortunately, that is hit the ground. And that is going to be the end of the over. 17 off the first over. A good start for Antwerp here, having been put into bat by the Brussels Warriors, who won the toss. And they were very keen to chase a score in the second innings, happening a bit later on. Up-and-coming events. Well, I can tell you right now, you're here in Belgium with me. The Jersey final is coming your way in about 20 minutes' time. And in Greece, we've just finished up the ECI for women. And we're going to go to T20Is tomorrow. That is going to be fantastic. Make sure you tune in to that. Exciting cricket on the European network. And as I said during my introduction, there's only one place to watch that sort of action, and it is here on the European Cricket Network. Of course it is. Thomas Martinez asking, will Jabo continue on his form? Well, so far he's looking pretty dangerous. He's given the strike to Sakleen Raja. Finally, Sakleen Raja gets to face his first delivery from Rashid Khan. All the players, as they came to the ground today, as they came past the comms area, gave a wave and a shout hello. They looked all positive, a lot of smiles. Had a bit of a chat with both teams and the team management. They're very pumped. They know how important these two games are. It's hit to point. Well, it was a misfield, but he's knocked it straight onto the extra cover. That's pretty good work in the end. Fortuitous, a bit of luck, but sometimes you just need a bit of luck running your way. Look at this. Misfield, and extra cover is right there for it. He also misfields it. Nonetheless, doesn't get through the cordon. 18 with that loss. It's a little bit slower, that delivery, and just pushed down the ground. Nice. Good bit of bowling this one. So a couple other people to watch out for. Just need a shout out to Sakleen Raja, who is batting out there at the moment with Wahidullah Jabakel. He's got 11 wickets. He's bowling at average of 13.7, and he's picking up wickets pretty regularly. It's mishit, and it's just going to fall safe down the ground. There was a long on and mid off, came running together, but they couldn't affect a catch there. But that was so close to being gobbled up. As Jabakel is on 19 from 8, he's already given a couple of chances. Skied a few, not middled them all. So he goes here. Oh, takes evasive action now. I think that's clicked him on the helmet. Let's just get over and make sure he's okay. He's gone for a bit of a wander just to get his breath back, I think. Hope he's all right. Oh, yeah, he's actually, I think he's worn it maybe around the collarbone area. Hope he's okay. He's given a thumbs up. He's given a thumbs up. That's really good of the Warriors team. Just to get across and make sure he's okay. Yep, that's going to sting. That's going to leave a mark. Probably just needs a few balls just to calm down a bit here. It was a good delivery from Rashid Khan. Really honed in on the body. Gave him something to think about there. Evening to Ian Smullen, who joins us as well. Hello, Ian. And hello to everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Jersey final starts in about 12, what's that, 23 minutes time. It's not far away. I'm sure the commentary will kick off soon with Danny and Vinny. And good luck to those two in that final. It's been hit up in the air, but again, it's a miss hit. Goes to ground. Two players converge. Good work down the field. Ratatoulah Shahidi, who's into the side today for the Warriors, does the fielding. 22 for no loss after 2. There you see the table, how important this game is. Be interesting if there's if both teams get 3 points, then it's going to be who's going to take the bonus point. Let's just say, for example, if Antwerp get the win in this game and Brussels Warriors get the win in the next game, it could be up to the bonus point. And if that goes both ways, then it could come down to net run rate. And currently, Brussels Warriors are ahead on net run rate. And you'd probably think that one match probably won't be enough to sway the net run rate enough, because it's quite a difference between the two teams. That being said, you never know. It's the beauty of T10, isn't it? Nasiri comes on. Here's another person I was going to call out for the Brussels Warriors to watch out for. Clubbed. Hit really hard that time, and that goes for full value for shot. That is a good hit. Maximo. Esmatullah Nasiri, he's had 11 wickets. His bowling average is at 10, just over 10. And he's had a bit of a good run the last couple of matches, picking up a quick 4 for a few nights ago. and he's been very handy with the bat as well, really showing his quality as an all-rounder. He's one of the players to watch in the Brussels Warriors team tonight. Oh, just lose his head a little bit there, but unfortunately the keeper can't get it. Aslami there backing him up down at third man. They get through for byes. Every run counts. Still inside the power play too, by the way. And of course, the next person I want to mention is someone to watch out for in the Brussels Warriors team is that man, Ahmed Kel, who's got 311 runs so far, top score of 83 not out, and he has been absolutely a gun for the team. A real live wire. Didn't play the first couple of games, but since he's come in, he's pretty much just belted 50 after 50 after 50. He had one failing a couple of nights ago, got out for 5, and then, yeah, it was really well. He's played such a good tournament. So they're the 4 players I'm looking out for in this night tonight. Up and over the infield, bounces away from the fielder, and that's 4 runs. Nice shot. See people in the chat just talking about the golden ball that happened in Jersey. Wasn't that exciting? Fantastic. They couldn't believe how it finished, that golden ball, the freeze frame, and was the bat in, was it just out? And it was actually just in by the barest of margins. Exciting stuff there in that golden ball. Oh, just mishit there, straight to cover. Oh, a bit of animation there, thought the shy was on. That run rate is just right on 12 right now. It just fell on 12 just with that single. So last ball of the power play coming up. I think this is pretty good start for both teams actually. I think Brussels Warriors got their nose in front. Shout. Umpire having a long look at that one and eventually turns it down. Had a real long look at that one, he did. Watch this. It's pretty hard for a right armer to try to get LB. Now that's hit outside the line, and I'm pretty sure that's still missing leg, so very optimistic. And umpire quite rightly says, we'll keep going. There's a siren, screams in the background. 17 off the first over, then 5, then 12. So that's 34 for no loss in the power play. That run rate, 11.33, but they haven't lost a wicket, Antwerp, and that will give them a fair bit of buoyancy now heading into these middle overs. Need a kick on though. Yeah, Paul Kempen just asking about GB today. Yes, the qualifier, I believe it was qualifier 2 in Jersey. A terrific end to that match. Was it qualifier 2 or qualifier 1? I think it was qualifier 2. I think the chat will correct me if I'm wrong there. There's a big score being chased. And that last over, can't remember what they needed off the last over. Was that maybe, and they needed a magical over, I think. And they got it. And then scores level at the end. The last ball needed 2 runs for the win, 1 for a golden ball. And it struck the batter on the pad outside the line, and they ran through for a leg by. I think that's how the goal will end up. Sorry, no, I'm sorry I've spoiled it for you now, but there you go. I've given it all away, Paul. So you don't need to watch it anymore. I've just delivered you all the information right there. There's that leg before shout just from earlier. Once again, I think that's fair enough. He's in a bit of discomfort though. Has that hit him on the heel possibly? Oh, he's going to actually. Wahidul is getting a bit of treatment for the short ball that collected him. I think it might have hit him maybe around sort of collarbone area. It looked like it got pretty high up. He's just got a bit of extra treatment just on the upper body there. And then after copping one on the heel, he's going to be at the non-strikers end. His captain, Saklan Raja, he's facing the first ball of the 4th. And it's going to be Ikram Hashimi to bowl. Also into the squad today is one of the changes, one of the two ins for Brussels Warriors. Almost set to go. And here we go, we resume now. 34 for no loss. And just didn't get up that one. Generous round of applause for the dot ball. Every dot is crucial. Watch this one. Just doesn't really get up as high. And the batter goes right across the top of it. You're welcome, Paul. Apologies again. I should have said spoiler alert. Should have said if you don't want to know the answer, look away now or mute yourself now. The shy is coming down towards me. It's picked up by Rashid Khan. He's got it covered. There's the shy at the stumps at the bowler's end, and Missed, and I thought, oh, finally going to get a ball coming to the commentary area that I can handle. We had one in here, not yesterday, day before yesterday, and that hit one of the chairs that was actually protecting actually my feet. I've got a couple of chairs lying down just in front of the desk here, so it bounced along the ground and smacked into one of the chairs. It was awesome. So Warriors here, just tying down the batters here. Haven't seen a boundary for a few balls. This thing's getting a little bit tough out there for Antwerp. They need to try to find the boundary. Haven't seen a 4 since the middle of the last over. So that's a good few deliveries been put together here by Antwerp. Every delivery counts, every dot ball counts. 3 dot balls in the last 7, I make it. Swings away, race is on. It's not a race because the ball's going to win that one. That goes for 4, lovely shot. So there's one boundary. That's Raja who gets motoring now. Sakleen Raja, the captain of Antwerp, picked up 33 runs a couple of nights ago in a good win, and also got 3 wickets, picked up player of the match, and thoroughly deserved as well. So they'll be looking for him to try to get into the runs again tonight, get him off to a good start. Wide ball, that one. Just a bit of a grunt there as it goes a little bit too wide. Yeah, even in last night's match, the Sakleen Raja picked up 3 for 14 against Royal Brussels in match 24. And when Royal Brussels were bowled out for 91 in the 8th over. Edge, 1 bounce. And Aminullah Aslami out there does the fielding. Made sure that that didn't get past him. You see that ball when it gets hit in the air. It pitches and it bounces and it takes a slight little turn as it comes off the blade. And a few fielders have been made to look a little bit silly the last couple of weeks, not accounting for that little turn that the ball does. Now Wahidullah gets to face. He hasn't faced the ball for a couple of deliveries, so let's see how he goes here. He does fine, or does he? It's 1 bounce and across the boundary rope for 4. I thought there was someone out there. I was trying to see around the corner of the tent, the side of the tent, just to see if there's someone out there, because you think deep mid-wicket would have been covered off. That is 11 off the over. It's 46 for no loss. And a boundary and a few runs every over, maybe 2 boundaries every over and a few runs. It's all going to add up, and it gives them a good springboard now. So after 4 overs, the run rate's 11.5. Have a look there, the good start obviously in the first over, then the run rate settles down into its routine. And that's a pretty flat line from 2 to 3 to 4. 46 for no loss. It's key for Antwerp not to have a loss of wicket. As long as these two keep motoring, they will be looking to put a good score on the board over par. Par score here is about 130. And they'd be wanting to get better than par, get some pressure on Brussels Warriors, who have chased scores of 130 plus on this ground already this week. I think they chased a 134 or 135 in the first day of this night series. Shy, it hits now. I got a feeling maybe home. We're going to go to the video replay. This is not really a big celebration from Brussels Warriors. Batter's looking a little bit, he's looking a little bit unsure. The key is, did he get the bat down? That's something we don't see here. Watch this. Ball's coming in. Bat's down. That bat is down there, and 2 frames later, I think the ball hits stumps. I would call that bat down. I think he's safe. But no sliding of the bat, just plonks it down over the line, and you're really running a risk there. And not out is the decision given. Good shot at the stumps, though. Very good throw on the run. But I've seen too many players not sliding the bat. It's almost like it's become a rare thing here. Don't want to slide the bat. Hello to Johnny He. Welcome to the chat as well. Good to have you here. And hello to Wayne as well. Good afternoon there, Wayne. Hope you're doing good. Just beaten for pace. Clips the ground on the way through. A few people put their hands up, thought it was a crowd catch. He just clipped the ground on the way through. Wouldn't they love to get that wicket though? Look at this, slower ball to start with, and just beaten all ends up there. Jabakal looking dangerous, so 31 from 16. Good ball. That's 2 really good deliveries there from Siddiqui. Really, really good deliveries. His captain will be well happy with this. Rashid Khan, who's fielding just in front of me here, he gives a double thumbs up to the bowler because that's his captain for this match today. Akrami not playing in this game. He might be here for the game later though. Oh, that's not a good ball though. Now that's a bit of a shocker. That's going to be a no ball. It's a good stop though. Aminul Aslami at the back there in that third man position. He's done well to get across. He's stuck out the right foot, and I think maybe he's regretting it now. He's actually gone down with a. He's feeling it. So that's a really good save, but unfortunately he's sitting on the ground now and he's looking a little bit upset. The umpire is saying to the man with the magic spray, "You get off. I haven't given you permission to walk on the field yet." And he's very slowly walking off. As Aslami he's still down. He needs to stand up. The umpire will tell him in a minute to stand up. Now what's going on here? Because Wahidullah, he's talking to the square leg umpire. They're switching bats over. Okay. I thought that was 12th man for Brussels Warriors. They were trying to get magic spray on. And the umpire just also letting the captain know that was the bouncer. That was the high ball. And that's a warning for high ball. He actually turned to Rashid Khan and told him that. Free hit coming. Where does this one go? It goes out of the park. Of course it does. Wahidullah jumps onto that one and goes bang. Completely smashes that one out of the ground. Lovely strike that. Hope you're enjoying the action coming to you here from the ground here in Belgium. It's a very exciting game. There's a lot on the line between these two teams. Two teams sitting third and fourth on the standings, battling for a place in the finals on Sunday. The first team that blinks, they're going to fail. They're going to fall to the side. They're not going to play on Sunday. It's big to get this first win between these two. Shot. Now, the player at point, he just saw a blur. That's all there was. Just a blur between him and backward point as that raced through the gap there. What a great shot that was. So there's a lot on the line here. Both on 19 points in the standings. And remember, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a bonus point. So you can imagine, even if tonight both teams get one win over the other, it's going to be about the bonus point. Who gets the bonus point? Do they both get a bonus point each? If so, they both get 4 points. Comes their net run rate. Brussels Warriors have a better net run rate. So Antwerp feeling a little bit more pressure, I think. Oh, swing and a miss. Sakhain Raja, he's 23 from 13 now. They need to get motoring. Hey, the European Cricket Championship for women, let's talk about that. 2025 in December, 1st to the 20th of December. And we've got the Emerging Division, the Challenger Division, and the Premier Division. In Emerging, you've got Czechia, Malta, Greece, Croatia, and Sweden. And then Challenger, Italy, Germany, Spain, Austria, and Cyprus. And, of course, the big one, the Premier Division, where everyone wants to be. England, Scotland, Ireland, Netherlands, and Jersey. Oh, that's going to be sensational stuff. What a great way. That's an early Christmas present for everybody. And you can thank your uncle ECN for delivering that to you, wrapped up in a nice bow. Can't wait for that. Just slightly mishit there as Sakhain Raja jumps over the ball. You be careful jumping over the ball. You never know. It could hit something and jump up. As it is, he's okay. Yeah, the good shout out there from Argola Mustafa in the chat to say, yep, even the supercomputers liking Brussels Warriors at the moment more than Antwerp. Well, that should help things a little bit because that is out of here. That's a lovely shot. That has cleared the football grass area and landed straight on the concrete steps. That's one of the biggest hits we've seen here today. One of the biggest hits I've seen here all week. Just got every bit of that out of the middle. Clump. Sakhain Raja just says, no, I don't want that grizzly. Get out of here. That is gone so far. It's ridiculous. 66 for no loss. The run rate picking up now, 12.4. We're in the second half of the innings. You expect Antwerp to really put the foot down now. Hashimi coming for a bit of stick. Goes again, Simla, and gets another one. Back-to-back Maximos. That's flown away. A bit slightly more straighter that time. And now we're starting to see a freeing of the arms, and we're starting to see some big hitting. And I noticed the time, and I know it's going to be almost time for the final in Jersey to kick off, and I know a few people will click over to watch that one. And don't forget, when you finish watching the final in Jersey, come back to us, because it will be the second match of this exciting... Oh, got a hand on that one. Umpire's down. Everyone's down. I think the umpire's okay, though. Let's make sure he's okay, because without him, we haven't got a game. Watch this one again. Hit straight and low. This is an umpire killer. This one... Oh, the hand just knocks it away and the umpire goes to ground. Wide ball. Maybe that's payback. No, it's definitely a wide ball. So yes, don't forget. If you're heading over to watch Jersey, enjoy that. Enjoy the final. Say hello to Vinny and Danny for me. And then when you finish that, come back over, because we'll be in the second match of tonight's head-to-head clashes between these two teams. It'll be the second match of Antwerp versus Brussels Warriors, where it'll be a lot to play for, guaranteed. And that runs away for 4. Oh, the runs are coming thick and fast now. So I'll look after things here, and I'll see you people who disappear. Or maybe you're going to watch on both screens. Either way, enjoy. Last ball of the 6th coming up. 78 on the board. The run rate's jumped up to 13.4. It's been a bigger over this one. It's been a good over for Antwerp. Goes over a very wide third man who was not in with a shout, because he was pretty regulation field placing there, and that goes for 6. That is an emphatic way to finish the over. Just leans for this one. Not a lot of footwork, but the swing through the ball does the job. Nice strike, that one. Wahidullah Jabakel. He's up to 38 from 21. Cyclone Raja, he's 36 from 16. There you see on the board there. 10 extras so far, including 5 leg byes. So 84 on the board after 6. This is a terrific springboard. And should they lose a wicket here, it'd be interesting to see who comes out, who's padded up to come in next, because you've got a couple of really big hitters there who have turned on the fireworks in the last 24 hours for this team. Well, then again, oh, that's a very good save. I thought the sun was in his eyes, unsighted there, but that's a really, really good save. Sticks out the mitt and just knocks it to ground. That is so clever. Watch this again. Abdul Rahman Zai out there patrolling the boundary. And now he comes up inside the circle for Jabakel. He's got a top edge, and that's going to fly away. It doesn't go to the goals. Tim Harmer, Paul Kempen, I know you guys were calling goals during the week. That doesn't go for a goal. But it does go for a Maximo. Runs are picking up here. This partnership, 91 from 39 deliveries. How good is that for Antwerp? It's picking up nicely all the way along the ground. There's protection down there deep. Rain's down there. He's got one more over, I believe, so they'll be looking for him to come back and bowl something really tight in the next few overs. He got 1 for 17 in the first over. Rashid Khan continues. Nicely played off the toes. The race is on. The race is on, and the race is now over as that goes across the line. 96 the score's raced up to here in the 7th. That run rate now up to 14.4. Every time I look down on it, it's just a little bit more, a little bit more. Antwerp doing the job here. Still haven't lost a wicket. They must be brimming with confidence now. Gets it on the full. Goes for the Yorker and does not succeed. However, Raja does succeed, and he gets that one and lifts it over the long on boundary for a Maximo. The 100 up, 102 for no loss. This partnership now worth 102 runs. How good is that? Really, really good from Antwerp. They were a bit slow to get started. They didn't panic. They haven't worried themselves. And now it's 100 on the board without a loss of a wicket. Gets the charge and miss-hit that one. You heard the little groan through the effects mic from the batter there as he realises he didn't get all of that. Partnership now 103 in 43 balls. Hey, this is what's coming up tomorrow. It's the European Cricket Series Women ECS action for you in Jersey. And that's going to be Eastern Royals women take on Western Towers women. The Eastern Royals women then versus the MCC, Eastern Towers, MCC, and Eastern Royals. Western Towers in the afternoon, and the final match tomorrow evening is going to be Eastern Royals taking on the women from the MCC. It's going to be a great ECS for women. We don't see too many European Cricket Series for women, so please tune into that one. That's part of the Liberation Series. Of course, today is Liberation Day in Jersey, which occurs the day after VE Day, which of course is Victory in Europe Day, which was yesterday. Here we go, new over starting. Good bit of pace there. Pashai's got some good pace. He's just, if he's guilty of anything, he's guilty of being just slightly wayward. That's the only problem. I see some people in the chat talking about the Jersey T10 finals about to start. Yep, it is moments away from starting, so if you're clicking over to that or if you can watch on both screens, enjoy. If you want to drop back in here, let me know how the score's going. That will be also good. I'd always appreciate that. Swings hard. Oh, good work there in the covers. It came so fast. That was really quickly hit. And Ikram Hashimi there just turns away from it last minute, but he's got the body behind it. If it got behind him, would have gone for 4. Good work. Selfless in the field. And it's got him. Well, that's disappointing because Saklan Raja goes for 49 from 22 deliveries faced. And that's going to be disappointing for him. He doesn't get his half century. Watch this again. Just got a slight little tickle on that one. And he knew it. He didn't hang around. He said, yep, I know. I got the tickle. The catch held. Not a big celebration from Brussels Warriors, but it's important wicket for them too. Skipper goes off, got himself a 49. And he's just gesturing to the rest of his team and saying, right, this is what I want to happen next. Marshalling his troops. It was a good quick delivery, good straight delivery. That's what Pashai needs to do. Nothing too short. Just get them in that 4th and 5th wicket channel. Maybe try to find a bit of movement if you can as well. But a breakthrough there nonetheless. So we're in the 8th. Run rate is at 14. Expected score around the 140s now. Now, that's interesting. The stumps have been broken, and the bowler has fielded it, and he's run in and disturbed the stumps. However, the stumps are already disturbed, which is, he's kind of thrown the ball at the stumps, which is, as you know, that's not how it's done. You have to lift up the stump with the ball in your hand, the ball touching the stump as you lift it. So, of course, that is not out. 106 for 1, 2 to come in the 8th. That's been clipped around the corner. Really good placement that as that goes for 4 runs, bounces away. And Wahidullah Jabakel helps himself to another half century, raises the bat and thanks the Antwerp dugout for their support. That's another half century. I think that could be his 4th, possibly his 5th. I'll have to check the records during the innings break just to see exactly how many he's got, but he's got a few. Paul Kempen saying, I'm not posh, I got 1 screen. I love it, Paul. Nicely done. Swings hard, and this one's going to carry the boundary line on the offside for a Maximo score race now to 116. I feel they're still probably about 20 runs short of where they'd want to be because Brussels Warriors, they have chased down these kind of scores before in this competition. They're a very confident, very competent batting unit, and I've got no doubt that any score they'll be keen to go after. The first match, match number 1, actually is interesting. Match number 1 was Hasselt versus Brussels Warriors. Hasselt put 137 on the board, and the Brussels Warriors chased down 138 with 8 balls to spare. Have a look there at the increase in the run rate from that 5th over onwards, and then maintaining that run rate. So they're doing the right thing. They're doing exactly what they have to do, but 2 overs to go. Need to pile on as many runs as possible. I think it's a good move to get Tasawa out there. He belted a 48 off 11 the other day. And he did it like that. That's exactly how he did it. I heard a screamer, beautiful from the dugout. It sure was. That was a really good shot. Let me see if I can find another example of the Brussels Warriors chasing a big score. They chased down Beverin's score. Beverin posted in match number 12, 132. And Brussels Warriors chased down that 136 again. They did it in 7.5 overs, so with 13 balls to spare. So when they get motoring, with Omid Kal on his bike, they really can post a good score. 122 for 1. It's a short ball. It's a well-bowled short ball too. Tasawa has hit that Maximo, but since then he's just been bothered. Nasiri, a bit of a clever customer when it comes to the bowling. He's very clever indeed. Gets another dot ball through. Wahidullah just goes, yep, come on through, and the wicket keeper spills it. So it's a bye. Good thinking there from Wahidullah. Just saw that Tasawa was swinging and just not connecting, and sometimes you just have those days. It didn't happen to him the other day, scoring 48 not out off 11 deliveries. Then he just ran out of time to get his 50. Nasiri, though, he's just a clever bowler. Always mix it up. He was one of the ones I said to look out for. And the quicker one is wide. 123. Loss of only 1 wicket. They've still got 8 deliveries to try to force this along a little bit further. I just feel this score is probably slightly short of where they'd want it to be. Wow. Wow. Now, I think that may fall into the field of play, but it's gone so high in the air. Well, that's hilarious. I'll tell you why that's so funny, though. It's because the fielder who thought he was going to catch it, not only did he not catch it, he then demanded Siddiqui pick it up and throw it in. That's exactly the body language here. It's like, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Well, then you get it. There it is. You get it. It's an ECN classic, and they're still chatting about it. Oh, lucky not to get bowled there. Yeah. The shot just went straight up in the air, that one before as well. And then there's buzzers. Jabba he's moving, he's hobbling just a little bit there. He's taking that one on the right foot, that's why. Oh, he's in the wards. He's been hit 3 times in this game already. Yeah, I bet he can't wait to get off and get some magic spray. Have a look there at the bowling card there. So just 1 wicket for Pashai there at the bottom there. 1 for 13, bowled a terrific over. He'll probably get the nod. No, they're going to go to Shazai Haran at the top there, who bowled 1 for 17 the first over. He's going to get to bowl the next one. And Ikram Hashimi was expensive. But not too expensive. Not too many bowlers got really taken to cleaners. Don't think we've had a magical over either. So here we go. Final over of the innings coming up. Where's the score going to end up? Brussels Warriors hoping for a very tight over here. Well, that's a shot and a half, that one. That deserves a Maximo. That's a lovely strike. Really leans into that one. Hello to Jake Stewart. Good to see you. You've got the Liberation Day final on your tablet, but it's Phil on the big television. Oh, you are my best friend, Jacob. You really are. Putting Phil G on the big screen. One day you're eating ice cream. I bet. Have you got a bowl of ice cream while you're eating? Hey, is that what you're doing? I'm just picturing you on the couch watching ice cream with the big TV on. 134 for 1, 5 to come. Short, tucked around the corner. That's been placed perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Sawa here, this is the damage he can do. He had a couple of dot balls in that previous over. And Wahidullah was a bit sort of, okay, let's take a bye, get me on strike, see what I can do. But this is what he can do. Once he gets his eye in, he's really damaging. Hello to Sky, he's also in the chat. Good to see Sky. Maybe a few people jumped in I haven't seen, so I've been watching the fun. That's going to just beat the fielder. Oh, you could hear the Antwerp bench holding their breath. And just as that ball just landed, watch this again. Watch in the background here. Oh, you can't see the background there, but here it comes. And just at the feet of the fielder rushing around, I think it's Siddiqui with a lot of work to do in that part of the ground. 142 on the board. This score has picked up nicely in the second half of this innings. Oh, it's a leg side wide. That's a filthy leg side wide. No one going near that one. Tasawa is lighting things up. 6, 4 and 4. So that's 14 off the over, plus the wide. It's all happening. It's been hit nicely as well. It will go to the fielder though this time. So just the one there. So Shahidi, who's out there. Shahidi, who had the conversation with Siddiqui about who's going to take the catch and who's going to throw the ball in. Umpire just explained to Hayran that I need you, after you deliver the ball, to go to the right, don't go to the left. You can see there, he's right in front of the umpire, and the umpire quite rightly just saying, if there's an LBW shout, I have to give it not out because I can't see. Hit straight, couple of bounces, go the ball, they scream, and the ball does go. Brussels Warriors here, just coughing up a few runs here towards the end. It was really tight. Antwerp now are going to move to 148. Only lost one wicket. Or was it 144? Sorry, I think maybe I've jumped ahead of the score there. Nope, 148, I was right. Last ball of the innings coming up. Not quite, because that is going to be shown as a wide. I think the short ball was the right idea. I just think maybe the execution, the line was not quite right. It needed to go in front of the batter, not behind the batter. So the short ball was not a bad idea. There we go. So let's try again. 149 on the board. It's a good score. Let's see if they can get more. Swings hard. They're going to get 6 more. That's what they're going to get. That has gone a long way back. So Antwerp end up with 155 for the loss of just 1 wicket. And that is outstanding from them. This partnership worth 50 runs off just 15 deliveries. That's 2 fantastic partnerships. That last one especially really put such momentum into the score. 50 off 15. You saw it on the bottom of your screen there. How good was that? And Wahidullah Jabakel continues on his good form with a 70 not out of 30 deliveries. Zaklanane Tasawa, that 22 from 9. Another good cameo from him as well. I'm watching Wahidullah walk off. He's definitely in the bit of the wars there. Anyway, we're going to roll the videotape and have a look and see how it all unfolded here for you. And it really was quite an amazing bit of hitting from the 2 openers, Saklain Raja and Wahidullah Jabakel. Unfortunately for Wahidullah, he took one around the collarbone area there, got a bit of treatment later. Then that one smacked into his the heel on his right leg. They were the 2 hits. He had to get a bit of treatment for those 2 hits. Then he got hit a little bit later on as well, but we'll talk about that later. As you see here, the runs were going thick and fast. And yeah, the momentum started shifting. And the Brussels Warriors, I really feel that the captain just sort of dropped the ball a bit as he didn't know how to handle this momentum shift. And he sort of got caught out a little bit. Not quite deer in headlights moment, but just it was unfolding before he could correct it. And when you only lose 1 wicket, and you put over 150 on the board, wow, that's pretty impressive stuff. Wicketkeeper couldn't quite get that one. There was a lot of luck running the way of Antwerp, I felt, as well. And Brussels Warriors, maybe luck wasn't running their way. But then again, there's also some slot bowling too that got absolutely punished. Some of Wahidullah's offside strikes were absolutely enormous. That one there, that was one that almost took out everybody, including their keeper. Unfortunately, the run-out there was not allowed because the run-out was done incorrectly. After the stumps have been disturbed, we all know what we have to do. Unfortunately, the bowler didn't. There's the conversation about what to do with the ball. When Shahidi and Siddiqui didn't catch it, they both had to basically draw straws, see who's going to pick it up and throw it back. Anyway, it was a very good bit of batting there. So the score is on the board. That's the important thing. 155 for 1 Antwerp after that, and it's a 70 not out for Jabakel. And Saklain Raja with a 49 from 22. Deserved a half century. Doesn't pick it up though. And an excellent cameo from Tasawa there as well. That 22 from 9. And look at that. 155 for 1. Just losing 1 wicket along the way. 14 extras to help him out as well. Antwerp, I reckon if you'd offered that to them at the start of the match, they would have said, yes, please, with a cherry on top. We would love to have that one. So that's where it lies now for Antwerp. They've done half of the game, and Brussels Warriors, they need to try to find something in the second half of the game because they've got a lot of work to do. Shezai Haran, he was expensive in that last over, and that last over, let me just have a look and see how many that went for in the end. It went for 27 in the end, and that could be the difference between the win and the loss. We're going to find that out in approximately maybe 50 minutes time, maybe call it an hour's time from now after we get through the next innings. But Brussels Warriors have got a lot of work to do as we look at the mid-match summary there, and it tells the story of 155 after 10. Brussels Warriors, they got to come out and build 156. If they could do that, that would be an amazing run chase, and it would end up being the second highest run chase we've had at this tournament, considering we had the highest one last night when Antwerp chased 156. Well, actually, they chased 157 for the win. So there you go. It could happen. You never know. A lot of happening out there. The conditions are fantastic. There's blue sky as far as the eye can see. It's very, very nice and cool out there. The breeze has dropped a fair bit. I can see the moon rising there over in the east and the sun setting in the west. The scene is set for a big run chase coming your way. This is Phil G for the European Cricket Network saying, I'll see you back here in about 5 or 6 minutes, and it's going to be exciting. Brussels Warriors looking to get 156 in their 10 overs. So join me then. Cheerio for now.
This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Rado and OneXBet.
welcome back to the run chase. It's moments away from starting. Can't wait for this. Been looking forward to this one. After 155 gets posted on the board, and you know it's a big run chase coming for that team, the Brussels Warriors. As the umpires are heading out into the middle, followed by the players. So they give themselves a bit of a rev up and walk out onto the ground. It's all happening here at the Stars Arena here in Zemst in central Belgium. It's also all happening over there in Jersey, and I know a lot of you are tuning in and watching the Jersey final, and I wish the teams good luck with that, and a shout out to Danny and Vinny who are calling that game along the way. Hope it's a good call, hope it's a good game too. So feel free to let me know how it's going to go if you want. There's no spoilers, so you can let me know. You can see there the Antwerp team coming out to the field. The bowlers and fielders are feeling pretty good, I reckon. They're looking to defend a score of 155. It's going to be a tricky little run chase. We'll see what's going to happen here. And just to get first blood here tonight would be so important. Have a look at the bonus point equation there. So the fielding team, Antwerp, they need to restrict Brussels Warriors to 108 or less. If they can get all 4 points here, oh boy, then suddenly it's going to be so much pressure off them for the next game, for the match 28 that comes straight after this one, which is again a replay of the doubleheader. Jacob Stewart saying he's got popcorn on the couch. Oh, you are a lucky man, Jacob. Lucky man indeed. Oh, popcorn's your dog, of course. You got me there. So let's have a look and see what happens out here as the players take their positions in the field. The batters are out there as well. As usual, it's Rahamzai, apologies, Rahamzai, and Omed Kel, who's at the non-strikers end. There's going to be a lot on these two shoulders to get off to a good start for the Brussels Warriors. And if Omed Kel gets onto a heater, then they should chase this down, I reckon, in quick time. That's my prediction. If he doesn't get on, it's going to be tough. Just simply going to be tough. Sakhain Raja, the captain of Antwerp, taken upon himself to try to start this run chase by defending the score. And he's put that right in the slot, and that has been hit out of the ground. There you go. You're chasing a big score. You have to go at 15 per over, and the first shot is out of the ground against the captain of the opposition team. And suddenly he has to readjust very quickly. What a cracking good shot that is from Abdul Rahminzai. And a good start for Brussels Warriors here as we wait for the Grizzly to come back. Hope you enjoyed that previous innings. It was anchored by that man, Wahidullah Jabakel, who put together a 70 in a very quick time. A 70 not out, despite the fact he took a few hits to the body along the way. Winds up, swings at this one again. That's going to get past the player. Cannot overhaul it. Oh boy, this is a good start. Zarkel there thought he was on with it. Shafiul, he was running hard, but he couldn't catch up to that one. And that is gone across the boundary line as well, so it's all happening out there. Good start so far. If you're a Brussels Warriors fan, stay with us. This is going to be a very interesting run chase here. Score is on the board. The gauntlet's been thrown down. Gets a dot ball through this time though. Ralph Abdul Rahminzai, who's played pretty well in this tournament. And those two strokes from before tell you a story of how good he's been playing. Hit that first Maximo out of the ground, then the second one was a nice shot for 4 along the ground. Looking for a good start are the Brussels Warriors. Omed Kel at the non-strikers end. Shouts a catch. Well, the only person who might have catched that was the umpire, who had to take evasive action as that crashes into the fence. That's another boundary. This is a big over. Really good over, this one. Unless you're an Antwerp fan, in which case this is not a good over. Look at that. Nobody was catching that unless you're the square leg umpire, and as we know, he's not allowed to take that catch. That went like an absolute rocket. So 14 off the over thus far. They need to be going at 15 and a bit every over, so this is a really good start for the team. Well, that is on the pads, it's in the slot, and it's out of the ground. Swings hard. That has gone a long way back. That's one of the biggest shots I've seen hit to that side of the ground. So Sakhain Raja getting put to the sword here. It's just not a good ball. Jacob Stewart telling me that looks like the Spitfires are zooming towards the trophy. Are they? They've had a good start, have they? Wow. Well, that game's only, started at, I think, 7:15? It's only not even 20 minutes. Oh, it's 23 minutes old. So, halfway through, I'm thinking. Well, okay. Thank you for that, Jacob. Interesting. We'd have to say right now that Brussels Warriors there looking really comfortable. Currently 20 on the board. Last ball of the first coming up. Now there was a shake of the head from the umpire there. Pretty quickly said no. There was a bit of animation from Antwerp. They thought there was something there, but the most important person out there is the umpire, and he said no, nothing on that one. Watch again. Got to say, I got the impression from the body language of the batters. I don't think he was anywhere near that, and I think that angle tells the story as well. That was quite a long way away from it. So whatever noise they heard, and nothing to do with leather on willow. So it's a good way to finish the over for Antwerp, but it has gone magical. 2 matches since a golden ball. We had a golden ball in qualified 2 there in Jersey this afternoon. If you missed that, I highly recommend you go into have a look in the ECN YouTube page. Find Jersey Finals Day, which is happening right now. Go back to that qualified 2 finish and watch the last 3 overs. It was exciting, really exciting stuff. That's been clubbed through the covers all the way along the ground. That's a good shot. Kel opens his account with a boundary 4 all the way along the carpet. Nice shot, that one. Really nice shot. These two are looking dangerous already. And this game is only 1 over and 1 delivery old. So this run chase at 155. They've already got the run rate down below 15. Only just below 15, but they need to maintain at 15 and over. Well, that's short, and maybe they're trying to buy a wicket here. I'm not sure, but that was just short, and it was slow. Zarkel, he doesn't have a lot of pace to him, so if he's going to bowl it short like that, he's going to get hit pretty hard. Have a look at this from side on, just into position straight away. Hits it very square and very safely away. That is Maximo, just the other side of the boundary line. Yeah, need to be much more clever with the bowling here, Antwerp. Ooh, that's better. That's what Antwerp need. A little bit of luck running their way there with that miss hit. If they can remove one of these two, then suddenly that run chase becomes steep. But at the moment, I think for me, Brussels Warriors look comfortable. Didn't go where it was expected to go. Came off an edge. Keeper takes the ball in front of the stumps. Have a look at that. It does go pretty much straight to square leg. He gets rid of it quickly, but the run was already done. It was a good fast run. Called quickly, saw it early. Abdul Rahman Zai looking to get on. He's 20 from 6 deliveries faced. Kel at the non-strike end now, 11 from 4. 31 for no loss. Going well. That's gone very high, and I think that's gone far, far away. It has indeed. There it is. Bounces into the fence. Maximo. It did hit down towards the bottom of the bat, though. It didn't, it went so high up in the air, too. Christopher Ward telling us that Zach Tribe, a century in Jersey. Thanks for the update, Christopher. That must be quite an amazing century then. I'll be watching the highlights of that final. Maybe in the hotel later, or maybe tomorrow morning. Gets a dot through. A welcome dot ball. Because that over has gone for 17 runs. And so far, you'd have to say that the Brussels Warriors looking very strong at the moment, looking in a very strong position here. 37 for no loss. Well taken there by the keeper, Tsawa. Have a look again at the standings and see why this is so important. 19 points apiece there. And looking really, really good are these two teams to try to play on Sunday. But I'm not sure they can both play on Sunday. There's one way they can play on Sunday, both of these teams, and that is if they both split the points here tonight and Hasselt tomorrow night fail in both games against the Royal Brussels team. That's the only way that these two teams could play together in the finals. So at the moment, we're saying only one of these teams is going to make it to Sunday, but we've still got all this match to go. Then we've got another one straight after it. That's why this Friday action, I've been so looking forward to this one. just with the way the standings were coming up. And of course tomorrow night it's going to be all on Hasselt to make sure they book themselves into finals by getting wins over Royal Brussels. This goes up in the air, catching opportunity. Who wants it? Oh, keeper runs an absolute mile to it and ends up grassing it. Oh boy, I thought he had that one. Almost. The man with the gloves has unfortunately put it down. Now, while he do it, you see that he's limping. He's clearly got a problem with that heel. He got smashed on the heel quite badly, so they've kind of hidden him down there at a wide fine leg, almost a backward square inside the circle. And he made way for the keeper. He backpedaled to allow the keeper space to run in. In the end, it probably was Wahidullah's catch. 39 for no loss in the third now, still inside the power play. Yeah, Warriors on top here, as Crystal Ward says. I agree with that. They are on top. Shouts a catch. No one's catching that. That's gone over the head of the infield, 4 runs. Yeah, Warriors looking very strong here indeed. You need to be going at 15 per over there, ahead of that now. Let's just see if other people in the chat may think that as well. Rajesh Mahato says second batting team win, guys. He's pretty confident that Brussels Warriors have got this one. On the current form, you'd say at this point, I would agree with that. Run rate required is still 14.7 every over. This time goes downtown. That's going to go over the scaffolding, directly over the scaffolding for a huge Maximo. That is such a big hit on mid-cal. That's what he can do. That is such a big stroke. And Barty just apologising to his teammates for that ball that was right in the slot. And there was nothing else to be done about that apart from just lift it over the scaffolding. That was a lovely shot. Antwerp looking for some respite. I think we've got a new Grizzly, or maybe a slightly used Grizzly in the hand. Hopefully it's about 2.3 overs old. This partnership worth 49 from 15. This has been an explosive start to this run chase from these two. Oh, that's a bad ball. That's simply not a good ball to bowl. Not to that man especially. There's zero variation. It's short and it's coming into the pads. It's always going to get hit to that part of the ground. And Barty needs to have a think about the next delivery because that is not a good ball. And Antwerp here just dishing up a really favourite meal for Brussels Warriors, who are gobbling this down in quick time. Yeah, I'm trying to find a more appropriate food analogy there. I'll get there. But Antwerp, they're looking for something here. They look flat at the moment in the field. I know this game's been ripped away from them. The run rate required is now under 14. 55 for no loss. 2 to come. Well, they get 1 dot through, but that's just 1 dot. That's tough going. Look at this again. It's good cut in too. It was a nice delivery. Need to see more of that and less of this short pitch. Not short pitch, but just short stuff that comes into the midriff area, because these two are so strong off the pads and so strong square. There you go. Case in point. It's exactly not where to bowl. That's exactly where you don't bowl to that man. And unfortunately, Barty didn't get the memo, and this over has gone magical. And you have to say, Brussels Warriors looking like they're doing a cracking job here. They're bringing it home. 24 off the over, and that's not good enough. Need pressure on in the power play. 61 in the power play. It's one of the biggest power plays we've seen in this tournament so far. 61 runs. And in a game that's got so much urgency to it and so much importance to it, that's tough. That's tough for Antwerp to see that. Need to bounce back here. Ahmed Kel, 35. Ralph Abdul Rahamzi, 26. I'm going to try again now. It's better. Going to roll the dice here, Antwerp. Going to keep Zakel on. Try and sort of see if they can get him to find something in flight. Maybe something to deceive the batter. Abdul Hamza, he's batting quite well. 26 from 9. Shouts a catch. It's a false shot. It's a couple of bounces on the ground. It's not protected from the boundary. few of the Antwerp guys just dropping their heads a bit now. That's not good to see. Yeah, drew the miss hit, but had enough power behind it. A couple of wickets here just to slow things up is what they need. Now, what's happening? I think the toe of Abdur Rahman's bat's been hit so many times. I think he's got a bit of a problem. I think he's got a split there. So he's going to switch over his bats. That's exactly what he's going to do. Let's see if that can help him out. 65 for no loss, and we're 2 balls into the 4th. Brussels Warriors only need 91 from 40. That run rate required at 13.65, so 91 runs from 40. And also don't forget the bonus point, how important that is too. Zakel and Antwerp searching for that breakthrough. Clearly this is a good evening for batting when Antwerp only lost one wicket themselves. It just takes a deflection from the bowler's foot. And Ilyas here feels the ball just in front of me here. He wasn't needed in the batting because, as I said before, Antwerp only lost 1 wicket in their 151 that they posted in the previous innings. It was a very, very good job from the opening batters. And then Tasawa, who came at the drop of the first wicket when Sakleen Raja went for 49. Good knock for the skipper there. But it looks like it's not going to be enough runs. Just get the feeling Brussels Warriors are all over this because this bowling is not good. Concerned for Antwerp because the bowling isn't clever. It's not good. It needs to be a bit more varied than that. And they're just dishing up some pretty tasty deliveries here that are being spanked out of the ground. That deep mid-wicket area is getting a lot of work at the moment. I think also with Wahidullah with a bit of an injury on his heel, he may not bowl. And that will be a problem for them too. Sit down the ground and fielded. So that doesn't get to the boundary. Shurkan Shahzad down there patrolling the long-on area. So Kel has already raced to 42 from 12. Incredible striking. Abdul Rahman's side, desperate to get back, draws the dot ball and finishes the over with a dot, does Zakel. So he goes for 29 from his 2, 73 off 4. Brussels Warriors still need 83 runs and then 36 balls to do it. I just feel they've got all the time in the world. They look so comfortable, these two. Now, there seems to be an issue with the bat again. That's interesting. Abdur Rahman's he's not happy with this bat, so he's going to go off and get another one. And I tell you what, if the umpires spy that he's taken the same bat back that he swapped earlier, they'll have a word. I mean, how many times is a batter allowed to change his bat? I don't know, but he swapped it again. Maybe this one will work for him. I think it's well, it's about the tools, isn't it? It's the tools for the trade. Have a look there at the the run rate graph. Blink and you miss it. We'll try it one more time. No, we won't because we're back to live action. Ilyas here comes on a bowl. This is a good move. They're persisting with the slower bowlers, trying to pull a false shot here. Oh, it's a wide delivery. It's a filthy wide too, well outside the tram lines. As Antwerp searching for a breakthrough. Ahmed Kel, 42 from 12, looking in form. Straight hit, that is going to just go over the boundary line, I believe, from Maximo. Had some close attention there from the fielder, but cannot get something on it. Probably need to get someone tall down there. Look at this. Yep, throws the hand up in just desperate hope. And one of our crew just watching the ball land in a very nonchalant fashion. Nice work there. There we go. There we go. So Kel falls for 48. He's a bit filthy about that, but he's hit it straight down the throat of backward point, who takes a good catch down low. So Ilyas here does get the breakthrough, so the bowling change is a clever move. And it's done exactly what it had to do. And Antwerp have a bit of a get around, a bit of a talk about where this game's going. So the captain, Sakleen Raja, gets a chance to bring them together and say, right, boys, let's reset, let's do this. A good catch, well held. Came in quite low, out of the sun. But Ahmed Kel gets a bit of a generous round of applause. He doesn't get a 50, but he does carry on and get a very valuable 48 from only 14 deliveries. Barty with a good catch there. I was a bit concerned about Barty's over. He wasn't bowling clever, but he's taken a very good catch there. Looked very comfortable there as well. And there's the get around. Everyone having a bit of a talk about things. Ilyas here, a good delivery. So 80 for 1 now. The first wicket falls in the 5th. Faisal Mahmood, who had a blistering start to this competition, came out and belted 75 off 27 in, I think, the first match, or maybe the first match of this tournament. And since then, he's kind of struggled a bit to get into the runs. Let's see what he can do here. Stage is set for him. Swings at a wide one. It's not wide, though. Or is it? Let's watch this one again. Nope, not at all. The ball inside the line. Just see the umpire just on his walkie, just get some instructions there. Nothing to do with that delivery because it was good. So halfway through the 5th, 3 balls to come. Well, he goes really high and square with that shot. Not a good ball. It just sits up just for that split second too long. It needs to be fuller. And that's the kind of ball that does get put out of the park. They need to be on to watching this one. Thomas Martinez with the update from Jersey. Central Commanders have a simple 208 target at Jersey. Easy peasy. Thank you very much for that, Thomas. I appreciate the update. And Central Commanders, they have got their work cut out for them. Well, put it this way. If one team can do it, surely another team can. Shouts to catch it and held. That's 2 big wickets this over. Faisal Mahmood, he fails again. 6 from only 3 deliveries. And that's a big, big breakthrough. That's massive. Antwerp up and about. Sultan Divan holds on to a sharp one that comes in low again out of the sun, and he holds on to it nicely. Ooh, is this going to be a bit of a shake now for Russell's Warriors, or is this just a little glitch and then we continue because they've had such a good start here. Antwerp fighting back with those 2 wickets. Ooh, interesting time of the game this one. So what an over that was. 13 off it, 2 wickets falling as well. And I think we've got 1 ball left in the over. Yep, 2 for 13. So we've had a wide, we've had 2 maximos and 2 wickets and a dot ball. We've had a little bit of everything there. This is such an important ball, this one. What can he do? New batter facing is Nasiri. Oh, how about that? They're pleading with the umpire. They think they heard something. Umpire says over and says we are done here, I think. Oh, they were hot on that one. So hot. Thought they heard something. Watch this again. It's hard to say, really. No, the batter gets back. No, it's so hard to see if there was any deflection there. I couldn't perceive any deflection. I believe the umpires will call over. There's no DRS here. We don't do DRSs on those sort of appeals. The players don't get the option to do that. It's only the umpires who get the option to have a second look at something if they feel it is necessary, or the tournament referee if he wishes to override anything that's made out there on the field. The players don't get to call it. So that is a dot. It's a good dot, and what a good over that was. Turn things around. So thank you to One Expert for the in-game analysis moment I get here, and it is an interesting time because now Wahidullah, he is going to come on to bowl. Broken heel and everything. Off a very short run up. Oh, he's hobbling after it. That's tough to watch because he is absolutely throwing himself into this game. He's worn one on the heel. When he was batting, he wore a full delivery. It smacked into his right heel, and that's why he's hobbling like that. And he had to run quite a long way to try to chase that ball down. He loves his team, and he's just pouring his heart out for it as well. Well, that's been smacked out of the ground. That's not a good delivery. That's what he does to not need to do. It's a good strike, though. Nasiri, and I mentioned him at the top. He was someone to watch, not just for his bowling, but also his batting. Cagey customer that he is. He's had a good tournament with the ball. Picked up a 4 for 16 a couple of nights ago, and now he's hit that one out of the ground. So the run chase back on in earnest now for Brussels Warriors. 93 for 2. Run rate required for them to win is at 13.5. Thomas Martinez saying exactly the words I was saying, which is you don't get the technology, the players don't get to call for technology to review something. I think that's just gone past. I think it's just gone past the commentator's tent. It was a good straight shot. Bounced, 4 runs. And I think they found the ball, so they're saying wait before you go and look for that one. I thought it almost came into the tent, actually. That's why I was sort of looking underneath the covers there, but no, it went straight around us. So 97 for 2. It's a wide ball. Yeah, it's a real roll the dice over this one here. And you've got a hurt player coming on to bowl who probably shouldn't be bowling because he's really struggling here. And with that damaged heel, you wonder if his step is like in the right place. And you know, he's also got a bat in the next game too, so you need to think about that as the captain. But rolling the dice, they need some dots. They need some pressure, scoreboard pressure back on Brussels Warriors. They've taken the expected run rate from 15 all the way down to 13 now. They get to the last over and they only need, say, 10 or 13 runs. They should eat that up. Up in the air, chance of a catch. Oh, that's been put down. Can you believe it? Niazi there with a sitter. Oh, that had to go to hand. That absolutely had to go to hand. It doesn't. Well, it does go to hand. It goes to ground straight afterwards. You can see him right here in front of the camera. He zooms out of the camera. He didn't have to run that far. And it just completely in the wrong spot to take that one. Ooh, heart in the throat time for Antwerp. And then that happens. So you have a catch put down and then the next one goes over the scaffolding for another Maximo. 100 up with that strike as well, 105 for 2 and getting towards the end of the 6th. So for the Brussels Warriors, they are doing a really good job of the chase here as my two friends, the geese, go flying over the ground and disappear off to, and maybe get, there they go. Oh, good shot, guys. Well done, 2 circles to catch. And there they are. There's my two friends, the geese, having a bit of a race. Maybe we'll have to find some food. It is dinner time after all. Hit down the ground. It goes pretty fast. Good work there in the outfield, though. Just is one. Players to get on his skates because that's a pretty good throw back. Shafiul Zarkel down here fielding in front of me with a very good throw back there. Gets the players to move it. The batters have to just respond. 106 for 2 after 6. 4 overs still to come. And it's looking like this is going to... Well, I wouldn't say it's going to go down to the wire. I kind of get the feeling that Brussels Warriors have got more than just their nose in front here. Especially with that drop catch. If that catch had been held, things could be different. So, 4 overs to go. Who do you turn to? Well, I can tell you who they're going to turn to. It's going to be Sherkan Shehzad. I'm not sure he's had a bowl yet in this tournament. So, Suckling Raja rolling the dice here. Maybe he does want to have another over because he was quite expensive at the top. Yep, and Paul Kempen saying it was a big boo-boo. It certainly was. That's been picked up and that's been dispatched. There's little animation or movement anywhere around the field. It's like the batters stopped, the umpires stopped, the players stopped, everything stopped because that sailed out of the stadium. The camera, it went so far the camera couldn't even follow it. 112 for 2, 44 for 23 is the required runs and balls for Brussels Warriors to pick up this win here. And with that, they also have already secured the bonus point, by the way. Oh, sorry, they haven't secured the bonus point, sorry. It's the 109. They've just got over that 109 score. So unfortunately, it's not going to be a big moment for Antwerp here if they let this get away. 44 from 22. That run rate come right down from 15 to 12. Such good batting from Brussels Warriors, such aggression. However, this one's gone up in the air. It's been mishit. Oh, Zarkel's completely misjudged that. I don't think he even got fingertips on it in the end. Completely misjudged it into the sky. It's a blue sky. It's clear sky. There's no clouds. And it's ended up going over his head. Yep, not one touch on that one. Oh, a couple of catches been put down, and that's going to cost Antwerp, I feel. Shehzad here, desperately trying to find a breakthrough. Sounds of shot, sounds of cheers as that goes over the top of the scaffolding yet again. The straight shot is a popular shot here at the ground, and that is another Maximo. 119 for 2, chasing 156 for the win. And Brussels Warriors only 37 runs away from the win. Still plenty of time, plenty of deliveries to get that. That run rate required is just dropping every time I look down at my screen. edged and taken. Gives the bat a bit of a punch too there, 119 for 3 then. And that is a little bit of respite now for the Antwerp team. They come together, albeit slowly, but they have managed to pick up a wicket. So a swing, an edge, and a miss. So that is a pretty vital wicket. That's going to be Nasiri, who has to leave. Gives his bat a bit of a punch. Bad bat, he says. Bad bat, how dare you? He's unimpressed. Antwerp come together in a brief team meeting to talk about what happens next. They've still got Abdul Rahmanzai out there. He's now joined by Aminullah Aslami, who can get onto a pretty good innings himself here. Nasiri not looking happy at all. He's a bit gutted. He wanted to be there to the end. I don't blame him. He was 17 from only 6 balls faced. He was looking really dangerous. So, 119 for 3. Can Antwerp pull something out of the fire here? Because right now they're looking like they're going to be on the receiving end of a Brussels Warriors run chase. Successful. Shouts to catch it. That's going to clear the boundary though. Not by much, but got enough of that to dig it out and hit it for Maximo. That's a good first shot. Aslami leaning back into that one. So that is going to be the overdone. Sheikhan Shehzad, he gets 1 for 19 from his over. Expensive. He does get a wicket, but expensive. And at this point, you'd almost feel wickets are just academic. It's about dots. It's about being really tight. Let's have a look at the next match coming up, match 28, the rematch. 2 changes for the Brussels Warriors. Amin Shah comes in, and Murid Ekrami, the captain, comes in as well. He actually went past the dugout, my little dugout here a few moments ago, and gave me a bit of a thumbs up and a wave. And no change for Antwerp, same team. And unless something miraculous happens for Antwerp, looks like Brussels Warriors are going to pick up the 3 points here. Let's see. Still got a lot to do. He's bowled a short one there and gotten away with that. Now, Abdul Rahmanzai, he's on 46 from 19. He's with a red-hot chance of picking up a well-deserved 50 here. If he can get a 50 and get the team over the line, he'll go pretty much close to get player of the match. 31 from 17. Hit down the ground, it's very straight. Good work there from Shehzad. He gets down, does not let that one get past him. Every run saved is so important right now. 30 from 16. Zahi's got 2 wickets. Can he pick up another one? Or just get some dot balls through here? Oh, he's pushed it too wide. Right idea. Right idea, just a little bit too wide. Watch the footwork of the batter. Or lack of footwork. That's what he was aiming for. Well, Aslim Manula has put that one. I didn't hear it land. It's definitely landed though. But he's put that one again straight, the straight boundary. And I think our ball boy volunteers, they need to be just straight and just behind the scaffolding. They'll save so many deliveries if they just camp down there. That's where most of the runs are going. How many times has that gone over in that area? Aminullah Aslami getting on here. It's another wide ball. Not a good over this one. 22 from 15 required, 22 from 15. And so it's looking pretty tough for Antwerp to try to protect this. Still got a lot of work to do. Oh, and that's why, because that's been smacked so hard out of the ground. Cheers from the Brussels Warriors. They realise they're going to get the win here. They're going to get the win really easy. So 140 for 3. It's looking pretty academic now. 16 from 14. It's almost parity with the runs versus the deliveries. And Brussels Warriors have put together a terrific run chase here. Gets a dot through. Aminullah Aslami there. He's got 18 from those 4 deliveries faced. So 1 more to come in the 8th. And I think that this is pretty much the icing on the cake for this team. Gets another dot through. That's well bowled in the end. So gets a couple of dots through. Puts a little bit of pressure on the batter and cannot quite connect with that one. So 8 overs gone, 140 on the board. Lost of 3 wickets. Abdul Rahmanzai. He's on 47 from 20. Aslami has just joined him. He's got 18 from 5. Gives his bat a bit of a punch too, because he was hoping to connect with that last one, I could tell. And have a look at the run rate graph. That white line has been sitting above the yellow line since the back end of the first over. So they've always been in control of this run chase, and it has been executed perfectly. Good hitting, good running. But I've got to say, I don't think Antwerp have done themselves any favour. There's been some pretty relaxed bowling in the early half of this game. Just felt that they were already onto a hiding to nothing. Here we go, start of the ninth. Got him, ball. That's massive. Really big wicket, that one. How about that? So we're saying start the car and get the Merc out of the garage. Do we do it just now? Because Abdul Rahmanzai's gone. 47 from 21 is his contribution to the run chase. It's a big contribution as well, but he's played on. Oh, they couldn't, could they? Could Barty pull it back here with maybe a couple of wickets and maybe a couple of dots? It's only 16 runs away, and it's 11 deliveries. Can Antwerp take this into the 10th? Well, not with shots like that, because Pashai has absolutely smoked that one out of the ground. So it's only 10 runs away now, and it's only, I believe 10 deliveries. So with that in mind, have a look there at the volunteers with in the bibs just leaning on the fence, then suddenly they have to wake up and go, oh, we better get that one. Good vision, that. 10 from 10. They want to finish this over. That's high up in the air. And catch is held. Catch is taken. Oh, cool as a cucumber. Apparently cucumbers are cool because Stanik's eye has held his ground there in deep mid-wicket. He spent the whole afternoon watching the deliveries going over his head, to the left of him and to the right of him. And they finally hit one straight down his throat. And he's done the right thing and held the catch. Throws the ball back and says, reset, what's next? Pashai, 6 and out. So, are we going to see a bit of a spin here, a bit of a twist? Something different going to happen? Ooh, we've already said start the car. The car keys are in the hand of the driver. The driver is Brussels Warriors captain. He's behind the wheel. He's ready to go. 146 for 5. Halfway through the ninth. Is this the moment where it all happens in the ninth? Ooh, you're going to go down to the wire here, I think. Antwerp got to take this into the last over. They can't allow the Rashid Khan now to hit the winning runs here in this over. They've got to get it into the last over, then anything can happen. Barty with 3 deliveries left. Hit straight and... oh, good work. Gets the foot down and stops it getting across the boundary. That has saved 3 runs. Shezad, take a bow. Beautiful work. We're not always a fan of foot fielding. Could roll your ankle, do all sorts of damage, but that saved 3 runs right there. Oh boy, getting close. I'm 47 for 5. Just a couple of big hits are done. Think about that as a bowler. Don't give them the chance to do a big hit. Well, shout to catch it. Where's this going to fall? Oh, how about that? Unfortunately gone across the line for a Maximo. Now, what's happening here? Now, what's happening here then? Because that's gone straight up in the air. And I thought the catch was taken over the line. Okay, just getting confirmation what happened there. Now, am I seeing things, or was that catch taken over the line? So, I'm... Okay, so I'm slightly confused by that. It's been given as out. Wahidullah Jabakel holds the catch. I thought he went over the line though, so I'm a little confused about that one. But it's now a boundary, so there's a 4 there. So it might all be academic in the end. Score goes to 151 for 6. Look at that. Just down on the knee and gets past. Niazi's had a bit of a nightmare in the field. He dropped a sitter earlier and now he's let that one get away from him at a time when he had to stop it. Saw some great foot fielding on the boundary just in front of me here. Unfortunately, I can't back it up there. 151 for 6. So Fahim Bhatti, he goes for 35, but he picks up 3 wickets. But it's the economy rate that's all important now. Wahidullah Jarbakel, he's gone for 20 off his. So who bowls the last? It's probably got to be Shehzad, right? Well, he's taken his hat off and he's walking over, albeit he's stopped now. Yeah, I was a little bit confused about that previous wicket that fell because I felt that it just looked like he was over the line, but it was given as out. Aminul Aslami, yep, he's indeed out, bowled Fahim Bhatti and caught by Wahidullah. Yeah. That's been hooked high around the corner, and that goes over the boundary line. So yeah, my mistake earlier. I thought Wahidullah was over the rope. He wasn't over the rope. He was over the inner circle line. So thank you, Kev, for pointing that out. He's okay now. Kicks the dirt as well. So that's disappointing. Brussels Warriors scores a level here. Brussels Warriors need just the one. Unless Antwerp could find dots. You might as well bring the field in. You might as well just say, look, bring everyone in. They're not. They're all back. They could just drop it at their feet and run for a single. It's just one run for the win. And there it is. Easy as you like. Probably should have brought the field in just for that last ball, just to put added pressure on to make it exciting. Didn't. Everybody was rocked back on the edge of the inner circle, or they were even in the outfield. And I think the skipper has missed a little bit of a trick there. Probably should have brought everyone in, but doesn't. And that is going to be it, Chris Ward. Yep. I noticed that was the inner circle line. Sorry, I missed that late. The replay was pretty quick, but I saw it in the end, and that's why the Brussels Warriors have now got the win with 4 balls to spare. It's the exciting run chase. It's a good close match, that one. They end up 156 for 6. Antwerp, you just felt that those first couple of overs took the game away from them. It was an absolute battering the bowlers took. So there you go. So the Brussels Warriors, they do get the win here, and so well done to them. Let's have a look at the fantasy dashboard here for match 22. 2 changes for Brussels Warriors. Murid Ekrami and Amin Shah come into the sides. That's a good inclusion for them, especially the skipper Ekrami, who is a very competitive player with the bat, the ball, and in the field. Enjoy watching him play. Antwerp, no change. Let's have a look at the highlight reel, and then we'll sum up this game nice and quick for you. Basically, the run chase needed 155, had to go at 15.5 per over, and it was a great start. Not if you're an Antwerp fan, of course, but Antwerp, nonetheless, they tried their hardest. They did as much as they could do, but I got to say, all credit to Brussels Warriors, especially the openers. They absolutely got onto an absolute fly. It was so good for them. 20 off the first over, 24 off the third over, and then another 20 off the sixth over. But the consistency of runs throughout there as well. Wickets falling after the fifth over, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the seventh, and then 3 in the ninth. And at that point, especially then, you sort of thought, oh, hang on a minute. But this clean hitting and not the best bowling from Antwerp. Sorry to be critical of their bowling, but some of the deliveries early on, especially in the first half of this game, just slot deliveries and bowling short balls into the body to Ahmed Kell, who absolutely raced to 48 so quickly. Just a couple of things they need to work on for the next game, something to look at there. 48 from 14 in the end. Abdul Rahim inside, 47 from 21. A couple of geese, my 2 friends, the geese, who went across the ground as well. Niazi's put one down there, which was very, very damaging indeed. That was not good from him. And a couple of good contributions to the score there. A 17 from Nasiri and an 18 from Aslami, just to add support to the current pitch hit who was there. And that's why they got across the line in the end. Aslami there, you can see when he hit his couple of boundaries, did very well indeed. Right the way across the scaffolding. How many straight sixes have we seen? Plays on, loses wicket. This one, apologies folks, this is one that confused me because for some reason when I first saw this, oh no, not that one, that was the good catch from Stanik's eye. That was a good bit of foot field in there, saved 3 runs. I think it was Aslami's catch here, yeah. I was a little bit confused there. For some reason, my eyes would tell me that was the rope, not the inner circle. So apologies for getting a little bit sort of, woohoo about that one. So it's all good. Thomas Martinez saying about how happened in Madrid and the guy thought it was a rope and he threw the ball back to the bowler. That's right, I remember that one too. Handshakes all around, played in good spirits, but nonetheless, Brussels Warriors take the win. That means they go ahead of both Hasselt and Antwerp in the standings, and they're now outright second place in the standings, and they'll be very happy about that indeed. So let's have a little look then at the batting card, just remind ourselves how it all happened. And it's Ahmed Kel, the opening batter, along with Ralph Abdul Rahman Zai, who put together a terrific opening stand there. And that put so much pressure on the bowlers. 80 off 4.2 overs. Really quick scoring there. A couple of good cameos there from Nasiri and Aslam in the middle there. Only 4 extras, only 4 wides there. So some good bowling, but good bowling in that sense, but also some slot bowling which got punished. And that's why Brussels Warriors got the win. Have a look at the bowling card there. Unfortunately, Fahim Badi, he didn't bowl well, but he got 3 wickets. It kind of felt like he bought the wickets. Ilyas Zahir, I thought he bowled okay in the first over, ended up with 2 for 28, and just 1 wicket at the end there to Shahzad. Tried to give a bit of light there to the team. Tried to get him up, and anyway, it couldn't get it. I thought maybe when he took that wicket, there was a really good chance that maybe he would possibly, turn the game around and maybe Antwerp might have a chance there. But as it turned out, Brussels Warriors, they charged home. It was a good win for them by 4 wickets, and they banked the points. So we're going to look at the standings when we come back here for the next match, match 28. It's the rematch starting in 24 minutes and 40 odd seconds. I'm going to be back on the air in about 20 minutes time to take you through the start of that, and we're going to get stuck into that, and it's going to be a lot of pressure on Antwerp to try to pick up the points and try to square the ledger here tonight to give them any sort of chance of playing on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Phil G here for the European Cricket Network saying to you, enjoy your little break here. Go and see what's happening in Jersey and come back and join me for this next match. It should be a corker. I'll see you soon.
This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Rado and 1xBet.
So cricket fans, welcome to Match 28. Phil G here for the European Cricket Network. Welcome you back to the continuation of the European Cricket Series night here in Belgium. It's still wonderful conditions, blue sky, and the moon is rising, the sun is setting, and the lights will be on for this match in just a few minutes as well. So it is the second of the doubleheader between Antwerp and the Brussels Warriors. Big match coming up. I've been talking about how big this game is. The previous game was big. This one's even bigger to see who is going to play on Sunday. Don't forget though, the games tomorrow may affect that, and that's a conversation we'll have tomorrow night, but it's Friday night under lights. I can't wait to get started. So let's get across to Shub Bernard, the tournament referee, with the captains. Shub, take it away.
Your call. Heads is the call. And tails is it.
We're going to bat first.
Antwerp on the toes, and we'll have a bat first.
Thank you very much there, Shub. There you go. So Antwerp win the toss and decide to have a bat first under lights. Batting second here under lights has proved tough for a lot of teams, and that's a good toss to win here in the second match in this up and coming match 28. Brussels Warriors taking on Antwerp, and a big match coming your way. The match previously was pretty big too, with Brussels Warriors getting the win over Antwerp. They chased down a pretty formidable score. Have a look at the ins and outs there. Murid Ikrami comes into the side. Amin Shah comes into the Brussels Warriors as well. And for Antwerp, no changes there. Same side again. And, well, I've just been watching the end of the Jersey final just before we came in. It literally finished the moment we ran the bumper here, and I'm still getting my breath back from that last over. Incredible stuff. I'm not sure if Vinny's going to keep his voice or not during the night, because he was going off, and it was wonderful stuff there in Jersey. Let's see if we can get an exciting game here as well. I'm not sure how we can do that. I'll tell you what, Thomas Martinez says it. How can you beat that here? Well, this is ECN. You never know. So Ian Smullen, I didn't get to watch it properly, you're absolutely right, but I only watched the last couple of overs, but I reckon I'm going to watch that final tomorrow morning with my Wheaties, my milk and my cup of coffee. We're in my pyjamas in my hotel room. So Brussels Warriors, the supercomputer likes them over Antwerp to the tune of 67% chance of a win as the teams are getting ready to come out onto the field. There's a few people practicing over in the far corner of the field. Hopefully they'll be removed very soon, because we can't have people practicing when the game is on. And hoping that my voice is heard in the clubhouse, and the officials here at the ground take care of that. Had a few issues with crowd control during this ECS, and it's been a good ECS. It's been a lot of fun. Just a couple of issues there. Hope the crowd control will be taken care of, and those people will be asked to leave the arena. As the players are coming out in the centre there, the Brussels Warriors, they have got the ball. They're going to sort out their fielding right now. For Antwerp, they need to open the batting yet again and try and get a good score on the board. As I welcome everyone to the chat, hello there to Rob Thompson, who's just joined. He says, I was there, Phil. Now I'm here. Good. I'm sure you're all coming across from the Jersey final. Take a moment to get your breath back, people. Maybe get yourself a little refreshing drink or a little snack or something like that, and settle in for another exciting night game here. The one we had before was very exciting after the score of 156 was chased down by Brussels Warriors. Not quite as big a target that was chased down in Jersey only moments ago, but still a good chase here nonetheless. So thank you for joining us here. Krista Ward, Tim Harmer as well, and Ian Smullen there. Krista Ward back on the golden ball for Phil Chant. It's okay. I'm not too panicky about the golden ball. I'd love to have a golden ball here, obviously, at the night series. I forgot to look through the records and try and see when's the last time there was a golden ball in a night series. I know there's a graphic somewhere with that information. I'll try and dig it up because I'm not sure if I remember seeing one in a night series. I'm sure there has been, surely, right? Anyway, we're about to start here. Just remember that the toss was won by Antwerp. They want to have a bat first. Batting first under lights is always better than chasing under lights. And I think the results will speak for themselves on that level as well. So we're almost set to go. There's still people on the field on the far side. And if people in the clubhouse can hear me, can you please ask those people to please move off the ground? Oh, Akrimi starts, and it starts with a shout. And that is a good shout, but turned down in the end. So it started in earnest now. Antwerp looking to pile a score on the board and get things going here. We've still got people on over in front of the light tower there on the right hand side. Well, not from that shot, but at backward point boundary, and they need to get off the ground, please. If anyone in the clubhouse can hear me, that would be good. That's lofted away. I'll tell you one way to get rid of the people on the ground is that bowl a couple of deliveries wide outside off stump and have that man belt the balls in their direction, and they'll get off the ground pretty quick. And I'm going to have a chat with a couple of the officials just near me there and ask them to take care of it. Excuse me for a minute. Back again now, just stamping some authority here. I hope our host, the 12 Stars Cricket Club, can please ask those guys to get off the ground. It's not right that they're out there. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to get back to the commentator now. I've sent the message out there and I've asked them to be moved, and they're slowly picking up their gear and moving now. Thank goodness for that. 6 without loss, 2 balls in. Murid Ekrami here. He's a crafty little bowler. He's a very clever bowler. Every ball on its merits. And he's doing quite well here. Saklan Raja, his opposite number, the opposite captain, can't get away. Whoa, that is captain to captain. And Saklan Raja, you could see him, you could hear him changing his mind on that shot there. And he's almost just allowed that to cannon into the stumps. That's an incredible moment. Wow. Wow, indeed. Shouts to catch it, and it's going to be caught. Amanullah walks around in front of his teammate there and takes a nice catch, and Saklan Raja has come undone there. And maybe you sort of feel that the after posting 155 on the board and getting that chase down in the last over in the run chase, maybe that's taken a bit of wind out of the sails of Antwerp here. It's possible. Hello to the Trip Denny who's joined us. Hello to Monica Ramos Acosta as well. Buenos dias. Hope you're having a great time. Golan Mustafa's back as well. And it's good to see Rob Thompson there as well. Ian Smullen, all the regular usual suspects coming over there. Yeah, Rob Thompson called me policeman Phil. I had to be because no one else was taking care of it, and I was really concerned that there were people on the side of the ground. We've had a problem with the crowd control, I must admit, all this week. Last week was good. This week, just getting a bit lax here, and we've had to have a few words to the locals here and just our hosts, just to say to them how important it is that people are not anywhere on the field during play. And you think that would be just a sensible, straightforward request, but there we go. So Challenger Division of ECC, this is the filling in the sandwich, as the Premier Division will be on the outsides of that particular filling. So that starts on the 7th of October. I'm hoping to get along to that to cheer on my boys from Czechia. My boys. Make it sound like I own them, not quite like that. But here I want to get down there to cheer them on during that Group 1 stage. And of course, the finals day. So all Challenger is going to take place at the one time. Group 1, Group 2, and then the finals. Premier Division happens either side of that. We'll talk about the Premier Division a bit later on. But a big shout out to everyone who's joining us from Jersey. Hope you've enjoyed that series in Jersey. What a successful, amazing series that is on Liberation Day, of course, as well. The day that Jersey Island was liberated from the Nazis in 1945, 80 years ago. The day after VE Day, which of course is Victory in Europe Day. That was yesterday. And Liberation Day the day after. After 5 years of occupation. Unbelievable. Or, no, believable, I'd say. So, yeah, quite a big day there in Jersey. And what a fantastic bit of work there from ECN to get that Liberation Series up and running. And it finishes. And then ECS Women will start tomorrow. That's going to be exciting. Hope you can tune in for that. And don't forget, we've got 2 big games here tomorrow night as well. There's going to be T20I action in Corfu with the women, and Nish taking care of business there. Great to have him back in the comm seat for ECN as well. It's like he never left. Picked it up straight away. I was watching his introduction, his work this morning with the first game, and I thought, there he is. He's back. It's like he never left. So 8 for 1 at the moment in the second. Rashid Khan trying. And that's been hit, hasn't been hit that hard. I think it's going to fall into the field of play. And then some. It actually falls into the hands of the fielder. So not a cracking start here at all. Siddiqui there just, gives a double thumbs up to his bowler and says, you're welcome. Takes a catch. See in the background there, runs across and gobbles that one up. No problem whatsoever. So Antwerp looking like they're struggling here, and that is a big wicket because that is Wahidullah Jabakel goes for a first bowler. The man who is picking up half centuries pretty regularly, he's gone. He's tapping the bat as he walks off. Unfortunately, yeah, he said I hit it really high up on the bat. That's why it just went straight up and straight down. So this is going to be big trouble here for Antwerp here. They need to reset 8 for 2. And these two out there now, Divan and Tasawa, well, they saved the day for Antwerp a couple of nights, well, last night actually. Shot. But, oh, spilled over the line. Oh, disappointment that. Absolutely gutted the fielder is. He's gone to ground. He's spilled it over at the same time. I think he spilled it on this side of the boundary line rope. We're going to have a look at this one more time. Spills it and, yep, falls on this side of the rope and then bobbles over the line. So it didn't get, didn't quite fall over the line there. 12 for 2. Yeah, Tasawa and Divan, they put on a 98-run partnership in about 4 overs last night to chase down a massive total. Well bowled. Yeah, Antwerp were chasing 156 last night against Royal Brussels and end up with 157 for 4. Chased it with 1 hole over to spare thanks to these two who put together an amazing partnership. And just at one point Antwerp were completely out of the game and they came in and they were striking both at over 300 and made a miraculous run chase. If they can do that again here today in this match, then that will be really good. Tim Harmer saying still recovering from the finish in Jersey. I bet you are. I excuse all the chat for the next 10 minutes just while you grab your breath and sort of find your seats and start writing things that make sense in the chat, because that's going to take a little moment just to get back into the groove. Good shot. The stumps hits the stumps from way back there. That's Nasiri there. Can't keep him out of the game. He's one of the players I highlighted at the start of tonight. They said he's one to watch for the Brussels Warriors. Ahmed Kell in the batting department and Nasiri in the batting and bowling department. And I guess I have to put him down for the fielding as well because he's hit the stumps from a long way back. Akrami continues. Antwerp desperate to get runs on the board here and they're struggling big time. Lost 2 early wickets. Let's put them on the back foot here. Akrami in again. Got him. Got him. There was just something about that ball as it came down, and watching Devan with his backlift, I thought, I'm not sure he's going to get to that. There was just a split second before it hit the stumps. I thought, oh, you just haven't played that shot very well at all. Massive wicket, that one. Diwani picked up a really good half century last night. Batted so well, very economically. Took a while to get started. And I think what I actually said last night was he's a bit like a diesel engine. And I thank John Gray for that comment too. He's like a diesel engine. It just takes a while to get going, but once he gets going, that's it. It will do the job every time. And sadly though, the job hasn't been done. And Antwerp 3 down. And they are staring down the barrel here. And Royal Brussels, wrong team. Brussels Warriors, they're looking like they are marching into Sunday action with a big win here. Clipped off the toes, goes out to the fielder. Good work, get the body down behind that one. We'll take a look at the standings a bit later, but right now Beveren sitting on top of the standings. They've got 25 points and a very healthy net run rate. Brussels Warriors are on 22 points right behind them. Unfortunately, their net run rate is well below Beveren. So, Brussels Warriors, if they can pick up all 4 points in this match, they go top of the table. And then they would play in the final on Sunday. However, Hasselt play tomorrow night against Royal Brussels. Now, Royal Brussels haven't had a great tournament. If Hasselt can get 2 wins out of those 2 games against Royal Brussels tomorrow night, let's say they get the 2 wins, they go to 25 points. Their net run rate is also not as good as Beveren's, but if they pick up a bonus point, they go above Beveren, and they could play in the final on Sunday. So it's all going to come down to tomorrow night, and that, as a power play for Antwerp, is not good viewing. If you're a fan of Antwerp Cricket Club, please look away now, because that is not pretty viewing. You may want to send your kids out of the room as well. But on the flip side of that coin, you need to give full credit over to the Brussels Warriors bowlers. This has been a good execution, really, really good. Thomas Martinez just correcting the spelling of gone. Thank you very much for that. Raji was asking what is gone. Yes, you need to put the dots. It's got to be in capitals. All capitals, please. Good ball from Rashid Khan. That's your bouncer. Umpire says. Yes, the capital G, capital O, capital R, capital N, and capital E. Gone. When something is gone, it means it's out of here, downtown, and then some. So here goes Skyward. It's going to land the other side of the boundary, and it's going to go. It just misses the goals. Oh, Tim Harmer on goal watch, I reckon, in the chat. It's just missed. That's unfortunate. Although you don't get any bonus for getting the goal, that's just something to watch out for. And Nasiri can only just escort that one. Go pick it up. So 19 for 3. Zahir, you're going to need something from him now. Oh, he's just played it over the top of the infield and only just. Oh, I thought that was going to be another wicket there for a second. He just waited on this one, took a little step towards the leg side, then had to lean into that one. You see from that angle there, well, actually this angle's even better. Just that little shuffle and then waited on it, not that far away. And now the fielder's going to be placed at the, I think, backward point boundary. Yeah, he's just behind point there. Lofted, that's going to go downtown, and that's over the cover boundary, smacks into the guardrail there. So a little bit of oomph coming back into the innings now. Oomph, that's a technical word that means power, push in the right direction. You know, oomph. Yeah, need to shout out for the lurkers. Any lurkers out there in the chat who are still catching their breath from Jersey and still not brave enough to pop their heads up and say hello, please pop your heads up and say hello. The chat's looking forward to saying hello to you as well. Good ball from Rashid Khan. Just pushes it across the right hander. He can't get anything on that one. I'm glad, Rob Thompson, we got you out of bed on a sleepy Saturday morning. Zahir just having trouble there. Tasawa at the non-striker's end. He hasn't seen too much of the action. He's going to get to face the first ball of the 5th, though. I sort of feel that he needs to let loose. Collect himself for 48 off 11 deliveries last night. And if he can replicate that, well, that'll help. I mean, anything will help right now. That run rate currently at 7.25. Obviously not even close to what you've just watched happen in Jersey. What an amazing series in Jersey. At least we could do is just have a quick chat about Jersey. How good was that? I think Vinny and Danny were absolutely spoilt with a fantastic location and some amazing T10 cricket. And a couple of absolutely blisteringly good players have shown their quality there as well. But a great series and a great venue for ECN to return to. Same time next year, I reckon. Turn up for Liberation Day. Pretty much going forward now. It's a good venue. It's a good place to do that. Nasiri with the ball. Gets twisted around the corner. That's going to run away from the fielder. No, I think he's done it successfully and done it really well. I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm feeling guilty now. Just slightly. Ikram Hashimi has put in the hard yards. Have a look at this. The foot there and that foot there. I think that's inside the wrap. I think that's okay. I think that's. I think they're just having a look at that to make sure. But for me, I think that's okay. Yep. Umpire just got a little nod there, and he said, "Yep." A little word in his ear from tournament ref as well. 31 for 3. Tasawa gets a couple. Let's see if you can add to that in a hurry. Nasiri bowling very well. That's over and out. And it's just bobbed in the bushes over there. It's not too far. Unfortunately, there are no... I don't know what's happened to the ball boys tonight, but they... oh, no, there's one. I was going to say, there are none anywhere near me tonight, so I'm on full equipment watch here for anything that's coming down close to me. I'm completely and utterly alone here at the moment. Not one ball boy within Kui. And as I say that, there was one who was within Kui because he just ran past me. So there you go. So 37 for 3. Only 2 balls into the 5th. Goes leg side. Good work from Siddiqui out there. Gets down. Boy, that ball has hit the side of the pitch and just taken a weird bounce, but it doesn't go for buzzers. Good back up there. I can just see that the volunteer ball boy has actually chased that delivery. He's actually found that previous 6 that got completely lost in the undergrowth. Good work from him. The undergrowth is looking, it's quite threatening right next to me here. Like someone really needs to get in there with a weed whacker or something to cut it back because it's really thick. A bit like my hair, it's thick and heavy. I don't know why I said hair. That's a lovely strike. No, it's not. It's a lovely strike if you're a Brussels Warrior fan because it's gone straight to the hands of Siddiqui, who takes a very good catch. So he's having a very good evening. And he's taking his second catch for the night. Brussels Warriors all over this like a cheap suit. And that is the end of Elias Zahia. He has to go. And now we're going to get into the middle order of Antwerp. And this is, yeah, you sort of get the feeling of sharks circling a little drop of blood in the ocean here. As Brussels Warriors are looking so comfortable and happy in the field right now. Their skipper has got them well drilled. And they are looking to take the Wagga game away from Antwerp. Now, this little fella here, Niazi, he came in the other night and, well, I got to give credit where it's due. I wasn't expecting a lot out of him. I mean, he came in, I thought, oh, okay, they're just going to sort of give one of the younger players a bit of a go here. But he belted, I think, 5 sixes in 2 overs. And just, he looked like he was an absolute in a mood and just got into it so fast. Let's see if he can replicate that. That's Wafiola Niazi who's out there. Anyway, Nasiri, he gets one for, ends up with 1 for 9. I don't think the scoreboard's caught up yet. But there was a couple of dots there. So 1 for 9 that'll end up being. And that's going to be halfway through the innings. So we thank One Expert for the opportunity to talk about analysis here. The analysis is pretty straightforward, and that is that Antwerp are way behind the 8 ball at the moment. And Brussels Warriors are all over this game. It's been some very good tight bowling. And Antwerp need a second half here. They need to be striking at 300, 350 in this second half to have a competitive score. Even under lights, Brussels Warriors, they'd be backing themselves to chase these runs. Oh, comes off the hand. That's going to hurt. Shy at the stumps is almost there. And when Akrami takes a shot at the stumps, well, more often than not, he's hit. He's had a couple of shies and he's hit them really well. Amin Shah is in a bit of discomfort there. That's hit the fingers of the right hand. That's his bowling hand as well. Yeah, that was awkward as it came in. Now, I'm not sure what. So apparently Murad Akrami, he's also a physician because he's doing something with the fingers there. Well, the bowler's laughing, so he's obviously not too injured. It's not like it's a break or anything. I'm not sure what's going on. The umpires are coming over and saying, well, what are you doing? Are they going to look to magic spray or what's that going to be? Anyway, just while we're having this pause, I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat and just say, look, I hope you've all been enjoying the night series. It's wonderful to have a night series here in Belgium. First time for us to be here in 3 years. And we play a night series at this location, this very nice, very good location here, suitable for a night series. A couple of things, they will change the direction of the lights, the direct lights, to maybe push more on the ground to try and light up certain parts of the ground. But apart from that, it's a wonderful deck here. They've got the artificial pitch with good bounce, good carry. They've got a great partnership here with the football club. The kids get involved. The parents, obviously, of the kids are getting involved, and they basically belong more to the football club here and the cricket club. But between the two of them, here in central Belgium, they've got a really good venue here, and we'll be coming back here. I believe we're coming back here in July for the Day ECS, so that's something to look forward to as well. So after that little break, that goes skyward into the dark sky and down into the hands of the ball magnet. That man right there who's taken yet another catch. And that is really good. That's Siddiqui. Nourullah Siddiqui has taken 3 catches in the outfield. And that one was probably the most difficult of the lot. But watch him. He does the stuntman roll, comes up and says, what are you worried about? Had it all day, every day. And that's a big body blow for Antwerp. The Soa has to go only 13 from 9. Just wasn't as fluid as he would like to be and took a lot of deliveries to get going. There you go. Siddiqui picking up catches in the outfield. There's a lot of talk out there. The noise out in the outfield, that's basically the Brussels Warriors geeing each other up. Hits that to the ground. Oh, what a funny time. Nasir just keeps out the full delivery and sets off blind. Look at this. Just, yep, I've hit it. I got to go. Oh, hits it into his left foot as well. That would have not tickled. And Niazi at the non-striker stand says, not going anywhere. No, 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 no. Here we go again. It's fuller, it's slow, and unfortunately wider for the bowler. Score is marching up to 39 now, I think. There it is. Supercomputer is giving Antwerp a 2% chance of picking up the win here. I think it's quite generous from the supercomputer. I think Antwerp are, well, pretty much on a hiding to nothing here. And this game is running away from them. They can't build a score. I'm not sure what the bowler's going to be able to defend. Edged, flies away. So there's a bit of a push. There's a boundary. I'd like to see Niazi on strike. After what I saw him do last night, Wafiola Niazi, he just the way he just got going. These very low flat sixes hit towards deep mid wicket. He hit it. I think he hit 4 of them in that spot, and then he decided to go on the offside, and it was the same thing. It's just baseball style, just swing the blade, and he was connecting on the middle. That's not a bad hit down the ground. Bit of work here, but it gets across the boundary for another boundary. So getting a few runs here in this over. Amin Shah, after taking a really nasty hit on the fingers here, he's just given up a couple of boundaries, which I know doesn't sound like much, but it's probably the most we've seen so far. 47 for 5. Last ball, the 6th coming up. Goes inside at this time, and this is going to go over backward point. Race is on, and that's another boundary. So a few 4s in a row there, and a little bit of respite as the 50 comes up as well. 51 for 5 after 6. So respite for Antwerp as they can finally sort of relax from, not relax, but just say, whew, well, we've got our 50 up, and now we need to kick on because there's only a few overs left. Sim1 joins us from Canberra. Hello, Sim. Asking, should we start the car? It's a fair question. I'm not going to begrudge you that. It's a fair question. And I don't want to say that I've already talked about starting the car, but I was looking for my car keys a few moments ago as well. I just feel that Antwerp, when they got off to that really bad start, losing wickets very early, and big hitters losing them early. Yeah, Brussels Warriors looking all over this one. It's been a terrific bowling display. I don't want to I'm not going to rubbish the batting. No one does that. But I need to give the Brussels Warriors a big rev up for their bowling and fielding. In this game, this has been a really good display from them. Maybe Antwerp are a little bit shell-shocked. They had 2 big games last night too, so maybe there could be some fatigue setting in. I'm not sure. Either way, I think they've come up against a pretty strong opponent here. Sit down the ground, just a single. So yeah, I think an expected score of about 94. Well, 94 says the computer. Something in the 90s looks on here. I'm not sure they get triple digits. Shout to catch it. No one's getting that one. That has gone quite a long way for the fielder. In fact, it's gone over the boundary line for a Maximo. So no one's catching that one. So lifted nicely. So after a slightly little rocky start there, Hamidi Nasir, he's getting on here. He's raced now up to 18 from 5 deliveries. So a good cameo, a welcome cameo for Antwerp. Leg side wide, just forcing the error there on the bowler. So tell me, folks, how much did you enjoy the Jersey series? And obviously you must be looking forward to the ECS for women starting tomorrow as well. I love the Jersey series. I was watching as much as I possibly could. While obviously watching the ECI action today in Corfu. and the other events we've had going on. It's good having events running concurrently here on the European Cricket Network. It's like I said, I was talking at the top during my introduction. Don't know if you all saw my introduction while wearing my Peacock Friday shirt. I didn't even mention Peacock Friday in my intro. That's pretty slack. But it is indeed Peacock Friday. I've got one of my favourite Peacock Friday shirts on, the short sleeve one. You might have noticed I was looking pretty dapper wearing my waistcoat as well. I need to get myself a waistcoat that's got a bit of colour on it though. I don't think the black really works. I thought I'd just try it on, just see how we go. So maybe, where am I next? I think I'll be in Romania next. I might try and find a nice waistcoat to bring along. That is very good work on the boundary line to save the boundary. Keeps his feet well away from the rope and does indeed save the boundary. Gets a generous round of applause from the Brussels Warriors fielders around the ground. Well done on the boundary line. Siddiqui putting in a really great game in the field today. Really impressed with him thus far. And he hasn't been asked to bowl yet, but he may be asked soon. Shouts to catch it. That's gone high as it comes down. Oh, spilled and stops just in front of the line there. No chance of that going across the line. So Amin Shah just gets under that one and it spills him. Siddiqui off to his right, probably saying, look, you know, this is how you do it. I've taken 3 tonight. But that is going to be the end of the over. Just a reminder, tomorrow, Greece women and Germany women. It's going to be T20I action coming to you from Corfu. And Nish doing a fantastic job. Want to have him back into the fold for this contest. Greece women and Germany women. After Germany took the ECI title 3-0, bit of a whitewash there over the Greece women. So a lot to play for tomorrow. Straight hit and oh, now that I think the save. We're gonna have a look at the save again. I reckon he might be okay. Siddiqui, the man of the moment, is bowling. Have a look at this. Where is he? He's in play. Good work. Very good save indeed. Saves 3 runs there. Siddiqui in again. Got him. Stumps akimbo. As Niazi doesn't get to replicate the fireworks that he gave us last night, and instead Siddiqui hits the stumps. So he's got 3 catches and he backs up with a wicket there, and very slowly but surely he's putting his hand up already for a player of the match, barring any amazing performance from the Antwerp bowlers, which could also happen. And that shot was not on. And it's funny, Niazi, that cameo he played yesterday was absolutely astonishing. It was so good. Today, just not his night. As he marches off there. So 63 for 6, getting down to the tail now. Nasir, he's on 21. Shafiullah, left-hander. Zakil, he's on strike. Oh, just pushed very nicely. All placement there. All placement. Nice shot for 4. Let me see. They've got... That's going to be 2.5 overs to try to push his score along. So still got quarter of the innings to go. And that's only 15 deliveries. Let's see what they can do here. Got to be looking for that for 100. Got to be looking for triple digits. And then who knows what happens in the game under lights, or the innings under lights, when they take full effect. And as I said earlier, the players have been telling me that batting under lights is not easy. You get a very bright light in your eyes, which is the one right behind the bowler's arm. Lofts that one towards deep mid-wicket. And that is just over the line from Maximo. Ekrami signals it as Maximo, and it's seconded by Aslami, who's fielding there in that position. They call it. We're going to have a look at the replay one more time. I think it just got over the line. Let's have a look. Yep. Good work there. Thank you very much, 2 circles. Very good work indeed. So 73 for 6. Zakel doing the right thing here. And the slow ball has it completely in a muddle. Clever bowling from Siddiqui there. Completely changed it, and boosh. There you go. There you go. Siddiqui bowls a very clever delivery there just to confuse the batter. He almost spins himself like a top. Last ball, the 8th. That's gone high. It's coming down towards me somewhere. and thumps the ground somewhere just behind me. Not too far behind me, but that is a lovely shot indeed. Just lifts that one, so Siddiqui finishes with a big Maximo. So the run rate has picked up from probably about the 4th over onwards. It's the slow uptick, or call it from the 3rd over after the downward from 1, 2 and 3, then longward uptick. It's still not up to 10 runs per over though, and that is a concern for Antwerp. They're probably wondering where these runs are going to come from. And it's got to come from the runs of these two. Sorry, from the bat of these two. That's where it's got to come from. They've got so much to do here. Right now, it's not looking great. So Amin Shah comes back on. Hamidi Nasir, he's on 21 from 8. Zarkel has raced to 16 from only 4. He knows what has to happen. And between these two, if they can put together in the next, the next 2 overs 30 runs, get the score above 100, gives the bowler something to work with. Goes high. I think it's going to land into the hands of that man right there. Taking a very good catch. I thought it might be Siddiqui, actually. That's why I sort of held my breath for a second to see who it was. It's actually Hashimi who takes a good catch. Oh, Siddiqui's there at long on, that's why. Sorry, long off. No, long on, I was right the first time. But deep mid-wicket takes the catch, and that is Hashimi who holds it nicely. And that's unfortunate for Antwerp. They couldn't hold on to this partnership. So, Hamidi Nasir looked dangerous for a moment there. 21 from 9. Not enough. Only 3 4s and 1 6 there, but a lot of dot balls in that innings as well. Amin Shah gets a breakthrough. 7 wickets down, 79 for 7, just inside the 9th. This one's also up in the air. Somebody wants it. Oh, spills it. Pashai just spills at the last moment. It was a tough chance. Running all the time, never steady. That has fallen out of his hands. Just swinging for everything now in these final overs, these final deliveries even. Kev reporting back there, too many hearing about the runs in Jersey. I'm assuming that the trophy ceremony is finished there in Jersey. Ooh, slower ball, takes that one on the body as Zarkel tries to clobber that one. And he gets a thumbs up. Good that the umpire just checked on him from square leg. You see, just checked on him and said, "You're okay." Oh yeah, just in that. That is a sore spot to get hit, but it was a slower ball. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, just wore that on the ribs, just underneath the armpit. Umpire says, "You're okay," and then thumbs up. Good. Has him stretching there. Amin Shah, he's a cagey bowler. He's a good bowler too. Big smile on his face as he says to Zarkel, "Well, I'll keep putting it there if you can't reach it." And it's a lack of foot movement. Well, the foot movement's the wrong way. The right foot is immediately going out towards the leg side, and the ball is outside off. So you're completely unbalanced there. Not much you can do there. Hello there, Trip Denny there. Up in the air. Somebody wants this one, surely. 2 players converge. Oh, and that's been put down. There's a smile on the face of the fielder. I guess he's saying, look, there's not that much damage. He was under a bit of scrutiny from, I think it's Aslami who was charging him next to him. Yep, right there next to him. Yeah, Aminullah wanted it. And in the end, it was indeed put down. Oh, dear. They only get a single, though. It's not too damaging. So still, that 100 looking elusive. Now, that may have the legs. It does indeed. So there you go. A bit of an applause around the ground as Shehzad puts that one out of the ground. Had to stretch for that one, but he's middled that one towards the end of the bat. But it's enough to get over the line. So a much needed Maximo there. Hello there to James Stewart in the chat. I haven't seen you in the chat for a while, James. Lovely to see you. Hello to Julian Dawson as well. Good to see you all joining us here for the last over of this game. Oh, sorry, last over of this game. We'll talk about still an innings to come. The last over of this innings, even. Amin Shah gets 2 for 21, by the way, and that's not a bad result for him. But the bowling from Brussels Warriors has been sensational. It's been so good. So big shout out to them. Antwerp, the batters just don't have the answer here. 87 for 7, 6 deliveries to come to finish this innings. Zarkel clobs it down the ground. Siddiqui just on the circle there. You've already taken 3 catches and taken a wicket. You can't stop that one. There's another jet goes screaming overhead from the airport that's not too far away. You might hear that coming through the effects mic now. 88 for 7, 5 balls to come. And Siri with the job to try to close this out. Good ball. Very good ball here. It's looking to me like Brussels Warriors are going to contain Antwerp to less than 100. They still need 12 runs off 4 deliveries. Obviously it can be done, but you're 7 wickets down. It's a bit tough there. Hello to Jeffrey Mobbs, who also joins us for a wet, cold early morning in Sydney. He says, just a single there. Wet, cold early morning in Sydney. What are you doing up so early there, Jeffrey? It's always good to see you in the chat as well. Thank you everyone for joining us towards the end of this innings. For those who are just joining us, just so you know, the previous match, which was Brussels Warriors and Antwerp, Brussels Warriors chased down 155 in the allotted time needed, or allotted deliveries, not the time. And so they got 3 points. Did very well indeed. So 2 to come. Bit of a grunt there as the effort ball goes past. This is a nice tight over this one. It's barely anything coming from it. And this is not the way Antwerp would want to finish out their innings here. It was only 8 runs off the previous over. It was 17 off over number 8. 8 runs off over number 9. And now so far 2 runs plus this for over number 10. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Now that would have hurt. That's not cool. That's not good at all. He's down. He's going to need some attention here. That was the last ball of the innings, and that was a nasty delivery. Really, it was quick, it was short, and that has gone into the midriff just in that spot, I think, where he's almost got hit before, actually, just underneath the armpit, and that is not a good sign. I hope he's all right. You're going to need to get people off the field. Just give him a bit of breathing space as well, but that is going to absolutely hurt. So just keep a close eye on that. Let's run the highlights while the player there gets attention. That's Zarkil is down. We're just going to have a look here and have a look at the body language of the 2 teams. Antwerp are all business and Brussels Warriors are all smiles. They were looking very strong indeed. Well, it started with a big Maximo down the ground, and after that, things just didn't go Antwerp's way. Ekrami, I thought, bowled really well at the top there. But then things just fell apart. There were a lot of attempts for hits down the ground, and they just didn't have the legs. That was the problem. These hits down the ground and towards deep mid-wicket, most of them barely even got out of the inner circle. There's some really good efforts there. Siddiqui, take your hat off to Siddiqui. 3 catches plus a wicket, saved runs as well. Really put in the hard yards and tried so hard. I've got to give a shout out also to Ekrami for his captaining and his field positioning. I thought he did so well. That was a really good save. That was a really, really excellent save. There's the moon in the night sky. There's no clouds around whatsoever. So that's the only thing hanging in the sky right now, staring down at us. I think a couple of days time, that might be a full moon for Sunday for the final. That'd be nice. That was almost caught and bowled, but it was hit so hard, you need to get attention instead. Catching everything. And that was Siddiqui again. There he is again with the desperate dive. And all in all, you've got to say that the Brussels Warriors did such a good job in the field. They took catches. They also dropped catches right there, right on cue. Thank you for that. They saved runs. Look at that, saved a certain 4 there. And the bowling was just too good. Antwerp looked tired, probably the best way to describe it. In a complete contrast to how they looked in the previous game. They looked really on the previous game, putting that 155 on the board. But I think having it chased down, it really took the wind out of their sails. And I kind of felt that's what we're seeing here today. They just felt that they were a bit of a shadow of the team that we saw in the previous game. Anyway, so the highlights are still running. I'm just going to go straight to the scorecard here and let you know that the best score, Ilyas Sahir, that's 17. Hamidi Nasir, the 21 that he made. They're the biggest scores of the Antwerp scoring there. Just struggled to find a good partnership. Struggled for someone to take control and get a good score on the board. And unfortunately, they're going to fall quite short here. In terms of what they would have liked to have had, 89 for 7 to score after 10. Just starts, fits and starts, and even some that weren't even starts. Only 2 extras, only 2 wides in that total as well. That was excellent bowling. And when we look at the bowling card, the Brussels Warriors will actually say that they had a really good time out there. Have a look at the bowlers now. Wickets to, well, pretty much almost to everyone. The only person to miss out was Ikram Hashimi, who bowled that 1 over for 11 runs. 2 for 21 to Amin Shah, 2 for 8 to Ikrami. And when he came on to bowl the first over and then the third over, I thought, well, that is, I wouldn't say it's the game, but you felt that was such the positive right thing to have happen. So there you go. So that's the standings halfway through the game. 89 for 7 after 10. And Brussels Warriors need 90 runs when it's their turn to come out and bat in about 6 or 7 minutes time. So join me, Phil G, for the European Cricket Network, as the run chase will start soon. Big match coming up. Antwerp, well, they need to find something here. It's going to be tough for them. Let's see if they can do it. I'll see you soon.
This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Rado and 1xBet.
Welcome back everybody to the run chase. That's starting very, very shortly here. Match 28 hanging in the balance after Antwerp only posted 89 for 7 in their 10. A terrific bowling effort from the Brussels Warriors. All credit to the bowlers. So Antwerp, if they can restrict Brussels Warriors to 62 runs or less, they will get 3 points plus a bonus point. And for Brussels Warriors, looking to chase this down in 7 overs or less, and then they get a bonus point. Let's see how we go here in this run chase. I think there's a bit of a feeling that it looks like that's going to be a few too many runs, too short. That's the general consensus. I think it's fair enough as well. So we're almost ready, set to go here. I just got given dinner, and I'll have to put that away until the end of the game. Maybe the Brussels Warriors will finish it off quickly and I can have some food. We'll see. Have a look at the ground there as the fading light slowly disappears and these lovely light towers take full effect. I mentioned before about the light towers, just need to be slightly readjusted. They were installed. I think the lights just need to be tweaked a little bit for full purposes, but that will not be a difficult task to do. I'm sure that'll be done. And it's really cool that we've got a brand new venue for a night game. Obviously, we played a few night series in Portugal. We don't have many other night venues to play night series in Europe, so this is really good that we've now got another one here in Belgium. And of course, it's wonderful to be able to play here in Belgium, full stop, with the European Cricket Network. We've been here, been away for 3 years, but now we're back, and it's really, really good. Really enjoy this one. Hope you're all having a good Peacock Friday wherever you are in the world. I forgot completely to mention Peacock Friday in my opening, despite the fact that I was wearing one of my favourite Peacock Friday shirts. But hopefully you guys all understand what I was getting at when I was out there in my shirt and when I wore the waistcoat with it as well, just showing it off. But I hope you've had all a good Peacock Friday. Vinny looking resplendent in his red outfit that he wore today. Okay, the players are coming out. We're almost set to go. I think it was just a slight delay at the end there. But I think they're all coming out now and we're all good to go. Let's have a look and see who's opening. Get a close look. Is it Faisal Mahmood? And no, it's Ralph, Abdul Rahmanzai and Omid Kel. It's the regular openers for Brussels Warriors. Why would you want to change a winning formula? So those two have come out here. They also opened the batting the previous game. Did a pretty good effort as well. So Omid Kel, he'll be at the non-strikers end. And Ralph, Abdul Rahmanzai, he's going to open from, and he's going to face up the end there. And it looks like it's going to be interesting move of the ball though. Having Zakel. Shafiul Zakel is going to open the bowling. And this is going to be interesting because obviously only 2 people allowed out at this point. So we start the run chase right now. And he's turned that one on the wrist and purposely got it a lot more square. It wasn't going for deep mid wicket, and that starts with a Maximo out of the ground. Brussels Warriors probably looking for all 4 points here to get themselves top of the table and then some, trying to book themselves into Sunday's final. If they get a win here with all 4 points, then not only top of the table, but they are going to be really putting a stamp of authority in this tournament and saying, well, we're going to go top of the table and we're going to play the final. We're going to book ourselves into that final. That's up in the air, chance of a catch here. Shehzad wants it and holds it. Takes it. So 6 and out for Abdul Rahmanzai. And it brings the full shot. And just for a moment there, just watching the 2 players who were there, it was Ilyas Zahir and Shehzad, who were coming in together. Almost had a conversation. There they are. And the catch is taken, very nicely taken indeed. So a breakthrough here in the first. So Antwerp not prepared to lie down and let this one go one way. So Abdul Rahmanzai is gone. Where there's hope. Da-di-da-di-da. You can fill in the rest of that one. Where there's hope, there's something. Well, where there's a wicket, there's hope. How about that? And Dave B joins us in the chat. Dave, hope you had a wonderful birthday. Wished you a happy birthday yesterday. Oh, that's a wide, filthy wide delivery, that one. It's running away. And it's Barty down there to do the cleaning up. indeed. A wide shown there, plus another one. James Stewart. Captions brought to you by HCL Software, Rido, and One Expert. That must be Phil. Thank you, James, for that little bolster up there. I appreciate it. Trip Denny already looking for the keys to the car. Down the ground. Just going to be one. Well, it's interesting. Warriors have lost the wicket in the first over. Just one wicket. However, Pashai comes out. He gets a chance to get amongst it. Omid Kell is there. I would say that Antwerp might start celebrating if they can get Omid Kell out. He's been in devastating form since he came into this competition. Another wide ball. Dave B saying, just got back from 24 hours spent non-stop with my son and his mother. Say no more. I hear what you're putting down there, Dave. Goes inside it this way. It's going to go over the cover boundary for Maximo. Goes over the fence protecting the football field as well. So expensive despite that one wicket that's fallen. It's still incredibly expensive this over. And it's going really the wrong way. If you're an Antwerp fan, they've got no runs to play with Antwerp. Scoring only 89 in their 10 overs. Couldn't even get the 100 up. And now we've got 16 on the board. And we've still got 2 deliveries left in this over. It's you kind of feel that that one wicket that fell is almost academic. But you never know. You never know how it can go. So we've got a new pill now, and we're about to get going again. After that one was put way into the undergrowth, I wouldn't go in there without a torch and maybe a guide. Hit straight, and it's going to go straight through bowler, past the umpire, and past the fielder deep. As that goes all the way for 4 runs. That's hit pretty straight. Not quite straight enough to hit the stumps, and it gets through everybody. At least I think the umpire could get a foot to it, maybe. You think as an umpire, when you see shots like that, the umpire almost has to think twice about... No, they don't think twice about that. You just... I think it's more just the evasive thing. I just think for me, if I was an umpire, I'd be almost tempted just to... Yeah, sorry. For no reason. That's full. It wasn't a great delivery. Gets through one, doesn't get through the second. That's good backup fielding there. Ilyasar here doing the slide and getting down and getting the ball. Good work. Yep, given no ball as well. The replay shows that one, and that's a fair call from the umpires. And you can hear the umpire just walking over saying, bowl it. That is a no ball. There's going to be a free hit. And I think in a minute now, there's a couple of mosquitoes getting in the tent here now. I'm going to go, just got to go for the old fly swatter. Make sure there's no drinks anywhere near the electric stuff. Last night the score was 5-0. Just in case anyone wants to know. Wow, smacked out of the ground. Forget about it. Straight out of New York City. Forget about it. Oh, well done. Well done from our volunteer to found the ball that was hit from the Maximo earlier. That's really good. That's really good that you found that. Well done. Well done. Good work. Even he's looking surprised. That's good stuff. Just when the umpires were coming together and saying, have you got a white ball? Because I don't have one. We found one. So that's really good. So 4 matches since the golden ball. Indeed. Obviously the previous match wasn't a golden ball and neither was the final. I tell you what, that final in Jersey, people will talk about that for a long time. I just saw a posting in one of the WhatsApp groups about the highest run chases, and of course that goes straight to the top, straight to the good room, as we sometimes say in Australia. When you see something good, yeah, it's going to go straight to the good room, that one. 28 for 1. What an over that was. 28 off it. It almost went completely the wrong way, supersonic, but it's bad enough as it is. I only need 62 from 54 balls. Warriors looking like they're all over this. Another straight shot and another boundary. I'm telling you, if I have a look at the stats, I'll try to look at the stats tomorrow if I can. I'm not sure how I can possibly do that, but how many runs have been scored between long on and long off in this tournament? If I had to put in percentage terms, it's got to be around sort of 35–40%. It has to be that high. Just been missed it to the ground there. James Stewart with another zinger. Cleaning your rifle at 10:30. Thanks for coming. You don't have to go home here, but you can't stay here. Don't forget to tip your waitress. We're here all night. Ahmed Kell, he's up to 7 from 2 deliveries faced. Hasn't had a lot of the strike, but he gets a chance now and puts another one out of the ground. One bounce and into the dugout area. I'm not saying that the Brussels Warriors have a restaurant booking around the corner for 10 o'clock, but I wouldn't be surprised. And now, what's going on here? Someone's down. There's at the striker's end, someone's down. There he is. Oh, I hope he's all right. Oh, it looks like a bit of cramp there. Umpire comes over and does kind of what they do in the football. They say, "What are you doing down there? Get up, let's go." Oh, he's just indicating to the just to that upper thigh area on the outside. He's looking. It's a bit of a little bit cramped there. That's Cal, or mid Cal, who's had a terrific innings. Oh, he's getting a bit of assistance there. Now, see, when I ask someone to do that to me, I get weird looks. And when it happens on the field, it's okay. So how's that fair? Honestly, I'm going to have a word to Butty and ask him to come over and do that for me. The thing is, if he does that, my leg will kick like a dog. Well, that's what happens. You give the leg a rub, and a genie doesn't come out of the bottle, but a Maximo... No, it doesn't. That's a great catch. And the field has taken the applause from everyone. He's like, yeah, that's right, I'm here. That is, of course, 12th man Omer Safi, who's on for a very injured... I was trying to see who was injured at the end of that innings before. He took that one into the ribs. I thought it was Zakel, but it wasn't, was it? But either way, taking a good catch there on the boundary rope, just leans back and has a look. Big smile on his face. And Omer Kel, he has to head off, and he's very uncomfortable with what's going on there. He's walking uncomfortably. He's still sort of gesturing and holding that part of his... Yeah, just there. Just there. But a good catch from Omer Safi nonetheless. Very good catch indeed. It's been clipped away. It's going to run away. We're still inside the power play. And they are going to pick up most of the runs in this power play. As Mahmood comes out and starts off with a boundary, a 4, clipped away nicely. So last ball, the second coming up, 43 on the board already. Target of 90 on the board. So we're almost halfway there. Stanik's eyes gone for 15. Not as bad as the first over, but still not good. Oh, big scream for how's that? Not out. Yeah, I was just trying to see who's the fielder who's not out there for Antwerp, because I thought maybe it might be Zarko, because he was batting and took one in the ribs area on that last. Well, he took two deliveries, hit him in the ribs. But that one on the last ball of the over, that was one that really put him down on his backside. Have a look at standings here. Brussels Warriors absolutely in the box seat here. They're on 22 points. They're 3 below Beveren, looking for all 4 points to jump above them, and therefore knock Beveren out of the chance of having a berth in the final. Obviously, the winner. Sorry, not the winner. Whoever ends up in top of the standings, straight into the final. That's the second game played on Sunday, and whoever finishes second or third, they will battle it out in the qualifier. And that starts at 5:30 on Sunday, and the final at 8:30 on Sunday night. That's Central European time. James Stewart just telling me off there. Fair enough, James. Fair enough call. I do sometimes have to take my feet completely out of the chat moderator role and get back into the pure ECN commentator's role. We're always very serious about our jobs and what we do here. Always. So occasionally, if you say something in that chat, I might just pile in on top of that. You can take the boy out of Melbourne, but you can't take Melbourne out of the boy. 45 on the board, which means they're halfway there. Not living on a prayer, but just halfway there. 45 for 2. 2 overs and 2 deliveries in. Brussels Warriors need 45 from 28 for the bonus point. I'd like to think they'd get the bonus point And that's what they're going to be chasing. Get all 4 points here. There's a wide. That'll help. But it is looking indeed like that's how it's going to go. Antwerp just don't have the runs on the board, unfortunately for them. Yeah, it's Wahidullah Jarbakel. He's the one who is on the sidelines while Omer Safi, the 12th man, is on. Just to be clear about that, that's what that is. And that is also Maximo, to be clear about what that is. 50 up. And the Brussels Warriors now need only 38 from 27. And this is, well, drawing very close to its logical conclusion, which is a phrase I often say when it looks like the game's going to go exactly where we think it will. Trip Denny didn't even catch the euphemism. Got to get out of work mode. Well, it's Friday, so you know we're all sort of finished the working week and sort of get into weekend mode. I'm sure tomorrow will be a different story here when we all get back together again. And I'm talking about the usual Blue crew and plus the rest of the chat here under lights for the games tomorrow night, which is going to be Hasselt taking on the Royal Brussels. Hasselt looking to get wins to make sure that they secure their spot in Sunday action. It's a good ball. Good delivery that from Barty. And just a note about tomorrow night's action. If for any reason Hasselt have a little bit of a hiccup and they forget to pick up any points whatsoever, then and Royal Brussels have an absolute a heater of a couple of games, then Antwerp will get into the finals. But that's a lot of ifs. And Hasselt, I think, have played a bit too well this season. This competition. Well, that's got high up in the body, shouts a catch into the night sky and down one bounce. And not saved as it goes across the line for 4. So yeah, I get the feeling that tomorrow night's games with Royal Brussels. I wish Royal Brussels all the very best to come out and really go for it and put a really good bit of emphasis and a bit of oomph into their standings. But they're up against Hasselt, who've had a pretty good tournament. And you expect Hasselt to at least pull out 1 point, maybe 2 points from tomorrow night. But we'll see. Still got to play it. Crunch. Pashai is playing good innings here. He's raced up to 33 from 10 deliveries faced, 62 for 2 on the board. End of the third over, end of the power play, and that is a great power play. The Brussels Warriors, in both these power plays, in this match and the previous match, they have really shown some quality here, and that is fantastic. Really good work. Dave B saying he forgot that it was Friday. Really? How could you forget it was Friday? Well, I guess you had your birthday the other day, so you can be excused. Yes, and it was Peacock Friday. I completely forgot to mention Peacock Friday in my introductions for both matches, so I felt pretty bad about that. So there's a story for you. Antwerp there, that's a pretty sorry-looking tower block situation. For Brussels Warriors, that's very dominant indeed. 62 for 2 in the power play. And whilst now Antwerp can push all well, not all the players, push 5 players out, it's going to be pretty academic. 28 needed, and for all 4 points, do that in 4 overs. Run rate required is only 7. It's looking really tough. Trip Danny saying he's off tomorrow, so in a better mindset. There we go then. Antwerp right up against the wall now. They're going to have to be a collapse of monumental proportions here. Well, there's one dot. Behind them all the way to see how they go here. But I have to say that I think the Brussels Warriors have got them right where they want them here. Mahmood, he's looking to finish with a good score here. He's kind of lacked good scores. He's had that good 75 of 27 in the first game. Game number 1, match number 1 in this tournament. But since then, he's just struggled to get anything beyond, pretty much into the 20s, anything over 20. He's sort of gone for scores around sort of 8, 9, 12, 13, that kind of thing. A couple of 6s, a couple of boundaries, then gone. And that is a good Maximo. That goes a long way back. Crunched over the covers. Lovely strike. Brussels Warriors marching on their way to a big win here. A big 4-point win, which puts them well on top of the table. And barring something amazing from Hasselt tomorrow night, that should secure them the berth in the finals. It's a wide there. Another quick look at the standings again. So, assuming all 4 points, if Brussels Warriors get all 4 points, they go to 26 1 ahead of Bevan. So they go top of the table. Hasselt are on 19. Crunched. Oh, that's better than the previous one. Over the covers. Another Maximo. Lovely strike. And this is really good from Pashai because he hasn't had much opportunity with the bat. And now he's getting a chance here. And he's looking like he's going to eye off a half century here. He's raced, absolutely raced to 45. So he's 1 strike away from a well-deserved 13-ball half century if you can put this one out of the ground. Let's see how he goes. Goes for it, doesn't get it. It's 1 bounce. And Barty charges in but can't affect anything there. (2-0). The Mosquitoes are going down like wildfire here. Goes that square, gets through the player and over the boundary line. And that's a tired team out there, Antwerp. They played a couple of games last night. They played a big game early today. The batting was not stretched because they only lost 1 wicket in that 155. But yeah, they're looking pretty tired. Pretty tired indeed. Hello to Sky, who's joined us as well. Hello there. Good to see you too. So just remember tomorrow night. Talking about Royal Brussels versus Hasselt tomorrow night. And Hasselt will need to... I'm assuming that the Brussels Warriors are going to take 4 points here. That's what I think is going to happen. If that happens, then Hasselt are going to have to come and take 7 points to be on level with them. Then it'll come to net run rate. And maybe all 8 points in those games tomorrow night. Royal Brussels with a chance to upset Hasselt there from getting top spot. As Antwerp are currently sitting in 3rd on 20 points. Hasselt sitting in 4th on 19 points on the standings. Now, where's that gone? That's not gone to where the hook shot was supposed to go. That's come off the edge and gone the wrong way. And this game might get concluded in this over. Have a look at that. Looks up in the night sky and says, where on earth did that go? And Pashai's he's on now. 47 for 14. Mahmood is on 10. What if Mahmood will give him the chance to get the 50? Let's see what happens here. So Shezard steaming in, trying to make an impact. Well, it's a wide ball. Score goes to 83 for 2. Only a few balls away from conclusion here. 7 off 17 for the bonus point. Looks like they should probably get that. So tonight's games, I was revving them up. I thought this would be a huge couple of games for both teams. A lot at stake. And the previous game lived up to expectations. It really did. And it was going on. Well, it started just before the final in Jersey started. So 2 really good games there. Obviously, the one in Jersey was an amazing game. This was the game before we had this one was very good as well. It was a good high run chase, especially for this kind of level, this night series in Belgium. But unfortunately, this game, Antwerp, it's just not their night, and it's not their game here. They're getting completely knocked around the park here. Hit up in the air, chance of no one getting near that one. It just mishits and rolls to a stop. And Eleazar here looks towards Barty, the 2 long off and long on fielders, and they say, well, we had no chance of getting at that one, did we? And they both had a smile on their face. So Antwerp are taking this defeat nicely on the chin and accepting their inevitability. Well, that's a better one, although that's 1 bounce. Oh, the bounce has eluded. It's taken that little spin, and poor old Zahir, he's on his knees, and he's saying, yeah, I didn't see that at all. But that is a well-deserved 50 for that man, Pashai. Watch this one. It's another straight shot. He watches it. Does it get caught? No, it doesn't. It takes that little spin and completely bamboozles the fielder, and that goes for 4. Well, that's a nice strike. So I make it that they need 2 more. I think the batters are asking how many more they got to get. I make it 2 runs from 13 balls for the bonus point, so only 2 runs away. They're 88 for 2. Last ball of the 5th coming up. Not too sure if they could hear my voice there, but 88 on the board. Shezard bowling. Oh, goes to finish with a ramp. And instead, it looks like it's going to be extras. That's going to finish the game off. That's exactly what it finishes off with. And that runs away for 4. Maybe it got something on that. Maybe there's a little tickle on that. Doesn't matter, because it's all academic. It's 92 for 2. Brussels Warriors have had a massive win over Antwerp by 8 wickets in only 5 overs to chase that down. And you could tell they came out with the mood of getting all 4 points, and they've done that. So they will go to 26 points and a bit of a healthy net run rate boost as well. They go above Beveren in the standings. That's their final game in the group stages. Royal Brussels tomorrow night against Hasselt. That's the big one then. So Hasselt currently sitting 4th on 19 points. Above them is Antwerp on 20 points. So for them to get up to 26 points, they obviously need to do quite well and get 7 points. If they can get 8 points, they go top of the table, full stop. If they get 7 points, it'll come down to net run rate. And I'll have to wait and see what the Brussels Warriors net run rate is. Hasselt's net run rate is actually pretty good. It's positive 1.1. Brussels Warriors is positive 0.8 before this game. And they would have had a real boost there from this. They knew exactly what they had to do. They had to come out here and get the runs going very quickly indeed, and they did exactly that. So it's an early finish here tonight at the Stars Arena as a couple of spectators are coming back on the ground to continue their football practice. And the players are marching off. I'll get over and have a chat with them as afterwards, trying to get a photo with them as well. It's been wonderful to have them here. Unfortunately for Antwerp, we will have to say goodbye to them as their season, that's a bit rough to say that. Their tournament here is done. They don't think they're going to feature, barring some amazing result tomorrow night with Hasselt maybe not even getting a point, which could happen, but you kind of feel it probably won't happen. Hasselt are just a little bit too good for that. Anyway, we'll see what happens. It'll be all there to play tomorrow night. So let's have a look, recap of what happened now in this innings. It was pretty straightforward. Pashai came in after a couple of wickets fell. 50 for him, 51 from 16. And a good innings there from Ahmed Kell, that 13 and 11 from Faisal Mahmood. Only small scores, but it was only a small score that needed to be chased. So there we go. Nice easy win for Brussels Warriors, all 4 points for them. And unfortunately, as I said, for Antwerp, it's curtains for them. They fought hard, they fought well. Unfortunately, this wasn't their night. They were on a hiding to nothing. That first over, they went for 28 runs. Oh boy, that was not good at all. That was a real problem when you think about it. And also, there was a wicket. There was a wicket on the second ball. So there were so many runs scored in that first over. It was a bit crazy. The match summary tells the tale. It's Brussels Warriors beat Antwerp by 8 wickets and 5 whole overs to spare as well. Incredible stuff. So that's it for the week. We now head into the weekend action, and as you saw before, it's the Royal Brussels come back to face Hasselt. Royal Brussels, they're not going to make the finals either, so it's all about whether Hasselt can get enough wins. Well, they need just 1 win or even 1 point just to make sure they get into the finals, get above Antwerp. Should be okay. And then they need to get 2 big wins over Royal Brussels to get to the top spot and book themselves the spot in the final. So that's what's to play for tomorrow night. And that's what we'll be looking forward to. Maybe the Royal Brussels will spoil the party. We'll find out tomorrow as we start here at the usual time of 6:45 local time in the first match. And that is your evening match. Then, of course, the night match under lights starting a couple of hours later. So that's it for me. I'm going to say cheerio. Thanks so much to the Blue Crew. Thank you very much to 2 Circles. And thank you very much to all of you out there in the chat for joining me after a big day of cricket. 9 games. And fantastic stuff in Corfu tomorrow and Jersey tomorrow when the women are in action and the men back here tomorrow for a couple of games. This is Phil G for the European Cricket Network saying thanks so much, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow and have a great start to the weekend. Cheers until I see you then.